Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night Football here on the New River Network. I'm Greg Christ, and again, I am joined by my good buddy, former head Oak Hill football coach, Jason Blankenship. And, Coach, we had a good one here last week, and the Red Devils just couldn't quite pull it out. And we talked about this on the show last night, and you talked about it after the game the other night. Just too many mistakes for the Red Devils.
Yeah, you make costly mistakes in that first game, and you're already a little bit nervous and trying to work some things out. And so the penalties definitely cost us a win last week.
Yep.
But I think Coach Moneypenny's staff definitely addressed those things, and I think I heard him say it wasn't too major. It's just little things mentally and focusing. So I think Oak Hill will clean that mistakes up tonight and be a lot better.
Well, they take on the Westside Renegades tonight, coming up from Wyoming County. Westside fell in their opener to Wyoming East 28-6, but I think this will be a formidable opponent for Oak Hill. As we've seen a couple of these guys play some football, and they're pretty good football players.
Yeah, you look at that first game, that's a big rivalry game in Wyoming County. So there's probably a lot of emotion in that. And you've coached a long time, too. For some reason, that first game, when teams lose that first game, it's kind of make or break sometimes. Are they going to show up in week 2, or are they going to lay down for the rest of the year? So it'll be interesting.
Yep. I watched Westside last year. I think it was last year, maybe in the year before. This last year was such a mess, can't remember. But I think at that time their team had kind of cashed it in. You could kind of tell. And, like you said, you lose a couple early ones, and, man, those days get long in the fall when you're still practicing, still working at it. But I think, being this early in the season, you lose that first game, again, it shows what you're made of. You're going to bounce back and play hard, or you're just going to cash it in already. And I don't think, with the lack of playing last year, I think these guys are too anxious to play that they're just going to come in and roll over. I think this will be a good football game. I think it's two different types of team, and I think the matchup's going to be interesting to see how it unfolds. I know, last week we looked at Nicholas County with that huge offensive line and just kind of felt like they were going to try to power it at Oak Hill, which is what they did. And but it was a pretty good matchup, I thought, and it turned out to be just that, a 27-25 game. And but I think this week's a little bit of a contrast in these two teams, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what wins out.
Yeah, you'd look at Westside. They run a spread offense, which is a true spread, so it's a little bit different.
All right, we're getting ready for the National Anthem, so we will quit talking here and let you listen to that.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, the Oak Hill Red Devil Marching Band with the National Anthem. We're about 5 minutes away from kickoff. And before we broke away there for the National Anthem, we were talking about the contrast in these two teams. And, I know Westside, they kind of, they're big. The quarterback's big. I was going to say they're big. They're really not that big, but the quarterback's big. He can throw the ball and he can run the ball. And I think that poses some issues for you. You don't know whether to, key up in there on him tight or back off and hope that he throws it and you can defend it or so he's kind of hard to defend because he's just such a good athlete and he throws the ball so well. Talked to Coach Moneypenny last night and he said he felt like they were pretty prepared. They had some keys to work off of and they were going to he didn't say spy on him but they're going to have people especially the linebackers trying to react to him and that sort of thing. So Coach Moneypenny seemed fairly optimistic that they could keep him contained. He said if they couldn't, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I look at Jackson Coger there at the quarterback spot, and probably 6'4", 230 pounds, and watching him on film, they do a lot of quarterback design runs, which is difficult to stop sometimes for the linebackers. But what the linebackers can't get caught up in, which what you just said, they can't get caught up in the pass game. They got to stop the run with Coger and Colucci and those guys in the backfield. So if the linebackers start bailing out too early for the passing, look for Coger to run. And I also seen him scramble some and make some plays on his feet. So we'll see a lot of number 3 tonight for Westside.
Yep, and I know Coach Moneypenny, we talked about the offense, and he was pretty pleased with the output of the offensive side of the ball last week. Leonard Farrow had a big night. I know last night we talked about it on the show. He was our athlete of the week. Leonard had 176 yards on 13 carries, and he had a 78-yarder called back. So, you're looking at 260 yards on 14 carries if you don't get that one called back. So, heck of a night for Farrow. And I think, listen to Coach Moneypenny, and he talked about the way Westside plays the defensive side of the ball. He felt like they might be able to exploit the ends just a little bit, which is Farrow's strength, going around that end, trying to get a block and springing something.
Yeah, Wyoming East had some success running the ball outside, so if they can do it, I definitely think Farrow and that jet sweep that we ran last week could be a great play for us. And I don't think Oak Hill's going to change up a whole lot on the offensive side. Like you said, if it wasn't for the penalties, the offense looked great.
Yeah, the offense was very effective.
I wouldn't change too much. I believe we're going to see a lot of the same wing tee offense with the jet sweep and some of the counters for Oak Hill.
Yep. And we do have a change in the starting lineup for Oak Hill. It's my understanding that Jacob Ward will be starting at quarterback tonight. Last week he came in and gave Oak Hill a little bit of a spark there. They were, I don't think Alex Colasino played poorly. I just felt like that, the offense got a little stagnant there, and Jacob came in and gave him a little bit of a spark, and he gets to start tonight. So I think that was impressive enough for the coaches to say, hey, we need to give him a little closer look in practice this week. And he is a senior, and he's played a little bit, so. And that has to weigh in there some, but like I said, he had a really good game last week when he came in. See how he does tonight. It'll be I'm sure he's a little jittery about getting the start, but we'll see how that goes for Oak Hill. So that's really about the only difference we can see in the lineup. I think Braxton Hall still has some injury issues, and he's out. So we'll see how that plays out. That really hurt him last week, Braxton being out with that. He was a lead blocker on a lot of those sweeps, and that really hurt him last week. So we'll see how that impacts them tonight. But they have had a week to work on things. So, that's one thing. If you do lose a player or two, it gives you, you got that week to start filling some gaps. It's hard to do on the fly. And we saw that last week, trying to fill in places for everybody. And when you got a week to work on it, it gives you a little bit more time to get people in the right spots and take care of that. So I think Coach Moneypenny and his troops will have them lined out tonight, and we'll see how that offense operates. I'm anxious to see how it goes with Ward back there.
Yeah, Ward changed the game when he came in. Like you said, he brought a little spark, and I thought he made two really important plays. One was throwing the ball out of bounds on a scramble that saved Oak Hill. And also he stepped out of bounds one time on a scramble that stopped the clock. So he has some awareness about him. I don't think it would be surprised if Calasino gets a little chance tonight too. Though. So they both have an opportunity still here early in the season to get some playing time.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think Calasino didn't play bad at all while he was in there. I just think that Ward came in there late and gave him that little spark. So, coach is going to go with it and see how that works out. So I'm anxious to see that as myself. Both teams have made their way out on the field, and we're about a minute to go from kickoff. And I think we're just going to stay here. Unless Darren wants to take a break, we'll just stay here and ride it out and get the coin toss in and get this thing underway. Beautiful night. for football here, a lot better than last week. Last week the temperature in this press box was at least 95, and Coach, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know if I was going to survive or not. I had to go home and get a shower. I was soaking wet. What a miserable night.
Yeah, I felt like I played in the game after we got out of here. And shirt was soaking wet and dehydrated, but we still had fun and enjoyed the game. So.
Yeah, it's a good ball game, and tonight's a little different. It's a beautiful night. Temperature's, good and cool, about 70, 75 degrees, and, we're up in the same press box, and it's about 15, 20 degrees cooler tonight. So great night for football. It's the sun shining, and it's nice and cool. So we're in football season finally, and we hope that hope we can keep the COVID thing under control. And I know we're starting to have some issues around the county, but hopefully we can keep it under control so we can keep playing.
Yeah, I know Oak Hill has a few guys out on quarantine, and it's unfortunate, and we hope that nobody has to face that because we dealt with it so much last year. And as well as I do, these kids are putting a lot of work in behind the scenes, just not on Friday night, and so they deserve to get a chance to play.
Yeah, and that's what bothers you so much about it. They work so hard at it, and then boom, they're shut down through no fault of their own. They end up not being able to play, and that's a tough situation for them. So we got the coin toss in. Looks like they're discussing with Westside where they want to what goal they want to defend. Oak Hill won the toss, and they are going to receive the football. And usually we get that deferment the first time through, but Oak Hill going to take the football and get that offense on the field quickly.
Yeah, I used to always receive myself. I thought if we get some points on the board early, give some momentum, and get the kids excited.
I agree.
It's a good thing, and also it may hurt you, though, at halftime. If you're down, you want the ball back, but that's okay, too. So I think with young guys like this, get some momentum early is important.
All right, we're all set to go, and Oak Hill, again, will be receiving the opening kickoff. And looks like it's going to be a lovely night for football and should be a good matchup here with these two teams, both coming in at 0-1 on the start of the season, looking to get that first win, so it could be a dogfight. And like I said, I talked to Coach Moneypenny last night, and he seemed pretty optimistic, and he wasn't too disappointed. We've been talking about this over and over, just those penalties, and basically what he told me was happening a lot of times. Coach Gorby told me the same thing, that guys never played football out there, and he's on the end of the line, and he was lining up too far back. And I said, normally an official will come up and say, you need to move up. We're going to start calling penalties if you don't move up. They didn't do that. They just started calling penalties, and they called a bunch of I think they said they had 9 pre-snap penalties, so it just killed them.
You usually get some courtesy there on the first couple. They'll give them a chance, and then if they're not approving, they'll call it. So hopefully tonight these referees will keep those guys straight, and we can cut down on some of those penalties.
Yep, exactly. All right, Dason Griffey set to kick off for Westside. Looks like Omar Lewis deep, and I'm not sure who Omar's up on the upside.
I believe we have Leonard Farrow.
Leonard in the middle.
Maybe Ethan Vargo Thomas over there on the far side.
Here's Dassey's kick. It's going to be a short kick. Going to land at about the 25. Picked up there by Farrow. We've got a little bit of a seam, and he cuts it across the 30, gets up to the 35, to about the 36-yard line before he's brought down by a host of Westside tacklers there. That ball hit right on the 25, bounced right in his hands. And another step or two, he might have had some yardage there. All right, 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. They're starting out on the 36-yard line, their own 36. Again, Jacob Ward gets the nod at quarterback tonight, left-hander. He's a senior. Oak Hill running from the wing tee. Here's Farrow in motion. They fake it to him, give it over the left side to Omar Lewis. Well, he had about 7 yards, and then he turned and kind of went backwards, and we'll see where forward progress gets him. But he had a good gain up the middle, up to about 6-7 yard gain, and he turned backwards, and they got him about the 35, or about the 40 rather, so that's where they'll spot it down.
Omar's small, but he runs very well inside the tackles, and sometimes he tries to bounce it outside a few times, but he'll just keep it, follow his blockers. I think he gets big plays.
Yep, picked up 4 on that play out to the 40. Brings up 2nd down now and 6 for the Red Devils. Again in that wing T formation. There goes Farrow in motion again. This time he's going to get it on the sweep around the right end, and that's their money play. And Farrow gets a nice gain up close to 1st down yard. It's going to be about a yard short as he gets up to the 45. So he had some room there, but it closed pretty quickly. The linebacker for Westside getting over and covering that play very quickly.
I would have to imagine that the coaches for Westside have told him, anybody on the opposite side of Farrow, be ready for the jet sweep if he goes in motion. So I'm sure they've been coached well this week about that play.
Guarantee you. 45-yard line, 3rd down and a yard to go. Ward up under center. Sends Farrow in motion this side. Gives it to Omar Lewis straight up the middle. He's got enough for the first down as he picks up a strong 3 yards there. Will give Oak Hill a new set of downs, 1st and 10, as the ball is marked on the 48-yard line. So they faked that thing to Farrow that time. And like I said, a lot of people are keying on that. Probably not a bad idea to fake it to him every now and then.
Yeah, especially with Westside. They got a 6-man front, so they're definitely selling out to stop this run.
Yep. Linebackers up tight. All right, Ward under center. Give it to Leonard Farrow again around that right side, picking his way through with room. Going to pick up about 7 or 8 on that play as he gets it up over the 45 of Westside. So he gets about 8 on that, and Farrow did a nice job following his blockers through there.
Yeah, Farrow has to understand every play can't be the big touchdown play. And right there did a great job of following his blocker, be patient, and take the 7 yards.
All right, 2nd down now and short for the Red Devils. About 2 to go. Ward under center. Gives it to Lewis again. He pups up in the hole with some yards, and then he turned backwards. Then he decided to go forward, and he got enough for the first down. Yeah, he bounced off his own lineman and turned backwards, and then went forward with it.
Omar's not your typical size fullback, but he does a good job in there running the football inside.
All right, Oak Hill with a new set of downs. Got a nice drive going here. This time the pitch is to Vargo Thomas along the left side. Got a bunch of blockers in front of him. He follows them well, and he has room down the sideline, the 20, the 10. He's going to be pushed out at about the 5-yard line. So Ethan Vargo Thomas with about a 35-yard gain there, all the way down to the west side 5-yard line. So that Oak Hill offense clicking right along now.
With the absence of Braxton Hall, I thought we'd see some more of Vargo Thomas, and looks like early on he's going to get some carries, and I think he's a stronger, older guy that has some experience back there.
All right, Ward up under center again. This time he gives it to Farrow around the right side. Got blockers again. He hesitates now, pops to the outside, and he's going to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Oak Hill with the early lead, 6-0. So good plan by Coach Moneypenny to take that ball first. They drive it all the way down the field.
Definitely can build some momentum now from that first drive, and now the defense has a chance to come out excited and have some fun.
Yep. Farrow with the 5-yard run for the TD. Here comes Ethan Vargo Thomas to try for the point after. Snaps a little bit high, gets the kickoff though, and it is good. So, 8:59 to go here in the first quarter play. The Oak Hill Red Devils take the early lead, 7-0. You're watching high school football on the New River Network. I'm Greg Christ. That's Jason Blankenship. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to John P. Duda Stadium, home of the Oak Hill Red Devils. Red Devils with a 64-yard, 7-play drive. They ate up 3 minutes off the clock. Leonard Farrow takes it in from 5 yards out. Ethan Vargo Thomas adds the extra point. And we stand at 7-0. Vargo Thomas set to kick off for the Red Devils. Back deep for the Renegades is Blake Bledsoe. And Elkins went down on the ground. I'm not sure why they allow him to get back up, but
he definitely looked like he was doing the ground and stood back up. But
yeah, the kick was right at him. He bobbled it, and he fell down. He got up. His knee was on the ground when he got up. But Andy Elkins, but they let him go with it. He gets it to the 13-yard line, where the Westside Renegades will start their first possession of the night. Jackson Coker, 6'4", 230-pound quarterback. That's big for a quarterback. And he hands the ball off to Elkins around the right side, and he's going to be tripped up and dropped after no gain, maybe even lost a yard.
Looks like they're going to be trying to set up some quarterback runs here with that. And, maybe get that sweep, and then he'll pull it and keep it up in the middle here.
So that's going to be about a yard loss as it goes. They mark it back at the 12. Brings up second down now and 11 for Westside. Here's Koger in the shotgun formation. He fakes a handoff, keeps it this time, and he is met immediately at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like Jeremiah Jackson stepping in that hole for the stop. Nice job by Jeremiah as he brings down Koger after the short gain. So he picks up about 2. Going to bring up third down now and a long 9 for the Renegades.
We talked about Jeremiah being a little bit raw, but he does find the football pretty well for a guy that hasn't played much football. And he has the size to go against a guy like Koger to help out in that defensive line.
All right, Koger in the shotgun again. He's got backs to either side. Elkins to one side. Ashton Reed to his right. They're kind of running a little bit of a wing T formation himself. They fake it to Reed. Koger looking to throw. Gets pressure. Ball comes loose. And they're going to call it an incomplete pass as he got pressure from the backside. And looked like the pressure came that time from Oak Hill's Brody Warden. And he kind of got him from behind. And, Warden, well, actually, no, that was a linebacker.
That's Max Underwood.
Max Underwood, I'm thinking. Yep, sure was. Max Underwood put the pressure on, and they called it an incomplete pass. From here, it looked like a fumble. But either way, Westside will be forced into a punting situation. 4th down and 7. Koger, the kicker. Wobbly kick comes down about the 45, takes a bounce up over the 50. Picked up there by Ethan Vargo Thomas. Eludes the first man back over the 50 to the 40. Now he's down to the 30 and still going strong with it all the way down to the 20. Breaks another tackle and gets it down to the 15. Beautiful return by Ethan Vargo Thomas. About a 43-yard return, I believe, there for Thomas.
I wasn't sure if he was going to pick it up, and he picked it up at the last second and took it down that sidelines. I don't know if Westside kind of followed one of each other down the field and created a seam on the sideline for Vargo Thomas.
All right, Oak Hill starts deep in Westside territory at Westside's 15-yard line. Ward gives it to Farrow around the left side, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, breaks another one, now drags people down to about the 8-yard line. So one of the best 6-7 yard runs you're going to see.
Yeah, he kept on going. Great defense there at the beginning of the play. Farrow put his foot in the dirt, cut it back across the field, and did a good job.
Brings up second down now. Farrow able to get it up inside the 10, just shy of the 9-yard line. So brings up second down, and we'll call it 7 for Oak Hill. Nice run that time by Farrow. It's a big possession right here. Oak Hill gets on the board here. That puts a lot of pressure on the Renegades. This time they give it to Omar Lewis right up the middle, and Lewis has plenty for the first down, gets inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line, and that'll bring up first and goal for the Red Devils as Lewis picks up 7 on the play.
Looks like the offensive line's doing a lot better job of getting to those blocks this week than they did last week.
Yep.
And that's just another week of practice, and it's things they cleaned up. It's a good job for the Red Devil offensive line.
Yep. Done a good job there, opening up nice holes. Ward under center, takes the snap, gives it to Farrow over the right side. He gives the inside handoff to Lewis. He dances his way through, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown. Omar Lewis with the 2-yard run.
There was a little bit of a bobble in that double handoff, but Omar caught it and did a good job.
Little surprised we run that play with, down that close to the goal line. You take a lot of chance handing that thing off back to the inside. But it worked out good. There was a big hole there. Lewis bounced around a little bit more probably than he had to, but he gets it in the end zone. Oak Hill goes up 13-0. Here's Ethan Vargo Thomas with the extra point try. Good snap. Down, the kick is up, and plenty of leg, and it is good. And the Oak Hill Red Devils take a 14-0 lead.
This is exactly the start that the coaching staff would want them to have and the fans, and so looks like they're excited on the sidelines.
Yep.
That's what we needed to do to begin the game.
Tell you what, that was a quick drive, 4 plays, went 15 yards. Took about a minute and 10 seconds, and Oak Hill punches it in. Like we said there, it's a really kind of a big play there right there. You get that other score, it really puts the pressure on the Renegades now. I know it's early, we've got a long way to go, but if your offense is ticking like that is, you get a lead, you feel like you're going to score every time. So barring any penalties or anything like that, they could do that. So puts that pressure on Westside to try to bounce back here and get a score, so we'll see what happens. But that all was set up by Ethan Vargo Thomas with the 45-yard return on the punt. And then followed that up by a nice run by Leonard Farrow, breaking several tackles and keeping the momentum going.
We talked about Braxton Hall, who would step up, and looks like Ethan Vargo Thomas got the return, and he has a 35-yard play on offense. So that's 2 good plays from him.
Yep.
On the offense side of the ball.
You were right there watching the replay. Omar Lewis did bobble that ball, but he was able to hang on to it, danced around a little bit, and finally able to punch it into the end zone. All right, Ethan Vargo Thomas set to kick off. Back deep, Blake Bledsoe and Andy Elkins for the Renegades. And here's the kick, but we got a flag, and it's more than likely going to be an offside on Oak Hill, so they're getting penalties in every possible fashion.
Yeah, sometimes on that kickoff team, you get a little excited and you beat the kicker to the spot. They're just trying to get down the field and make a play, though.
Yeah, we hadn't seen that one yet, but we got her now.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're Coach Moneypenny and you're going to have one of those illegal procedure penalties or whatever, offsides, I guess kickoff's probably about as good as you could ask for, I guess.
Yeah, especially when you got a good kicker like Vargo Thomas. He can bail you out of a situation like this.
Oh, yeah. Good hustle there by the official catching the football. He looks a little disinterested. I'm not touching that ball. If I was Ethan Vargo Thomas, I'd go ahead and just march on up to the 40 and see what happens. I'd take my chances. All right. Now we get a reset, 5-yard penalty on the Red Devils. So Thomas will tee it up again. And this time he kicks it over to the left side, and it goes out of bounds. So the Renegades will have the option taking that one at the 35-yard line, which I'm sure they will do. Much better field position for this possession than what it was on the last one.
Yeah, Westside has to get something going here, and expect to see Cougar get some carries and maybe see if they can get him started in the run game. And they may get some passing going as well with Elkins and Ashton Reed.
All right, so Cougar in the huddle lines these guys up, and 40-yard line. I said the 35, so they put it at the 40. What's the rule on that, Coach?
Well, I believe because we got moved back 5 yards for the penalty, they had to advance the football 5 yards on that.
All right, here come the Renegades. Yeah, because they would. You get 10 yards penalty, kick it out of bounds, you'd be in good shape.
Yeah.
Throws it out into the flat to Elkins. Elkins pulls it in. He's up over the 50, and he's shoved out of bounds over there, finally, by Trenton Ryder. So that's a nice pickup there of about 12 yards on that little flat pass out to Elkins. So it gives Renegades some life.
We got to be a little bit careful at the first possession. We got excited coming downhill. We got to be smart and just not pin our ears back every single play.
Yep. 5:45 to go, 5:47 actually to go in the first quarter. Here's Coger in that shotgun, that wing T formation. Here comes pressure from the middle of the Oak Hill line. He's able to break away from that pressure and drop it out in the flat to Elkins. That time, Red Devils had good pressure coming in. Brody Warden broke through the middle of the line, and he was chasing Coger. He just couldn't quite catch him.
I think we got a hand on him, but Coger, once again, he's strong.
Yeah,
and he can,
big kid.
He's going to take more than one person to get down, so he can throw the ball even with some pressure.
Picks up about 7 on the play. Brings up 2nd down 3 now for the Renegades. Wing T formation again from the Renegades, and we got
12 players.
Officials whistle, and we got illegal substitution. Too many guys on the field for the Renegades, so that'll march them back 5. So that helps the Red Devils a little bit. And that'll push the ball back to about the 46, 47-yard line. We'll call it 47. So that brings up 2nd down now and 9. That looks a lot better for the Red Devils. Yes, 2nd and 4 did.
Kind of sort of the penalties we had last week.
Exactly.
Costly time for Westside.
Yep. Here's this wing formation, and they fake the handoff to Elkins. Coger keeps it. He's brought down by Jeremiah Jackson, but not before Coger's able to get the ball up close to the 40. He's going to pick up about 6 on that play. So that'll bring up a big 3rd down play here. 3rd down, and we're going to call it about 2.
Westside did a good job up front right there, blocking it down, and giving Coger a chance to get up in the middle. Linebackers for Oak Hill's got to pay attention to that.
Yep. All right, Bledsoe split out to the left. Blake Bledsoe, that was Hansel Bledsoe and Blake Bledsoe, both split out. Elkins in motion. He takes the handoff around the right end, trying to get the corner. He's grabbed there by the defensive back for Oak Hill. Looked like,
I believe Braylon Thomas came up initially.
Braylon Thomas had him and couldn't quite hang on to him. He gets away and gets the ball up over the 35 to about the 32-yard line. So, again, big play there for the Renegades.
Braylon's got to run his feet right there when he on contact, wrap up and continue to run his feet. He kind of just fell down. These kids from Westside aren't going to go down that easy.
Yep. Could have been a big play for Oak Hill right there. All right, here's Coger rolling to his left. He's got pressure, but he's going to turn up and run it. And he gets hammered out of bounds over there on the sideline. To get you a number on that tackle, somebody laid a good hit on him. Again, he gets pressure right up the middle. He's able to avoid that pressure. And J.D. Moritz laid a lick on him over there on the sideline. So letting him know he's there, that's what you got to do. And maybe he'll think about that run just a little bit if he takes a few hits like that.
Yeah, you get comfortable back there.
Yeah.
You let him get what he wants. A guy that big, he can have a fun night. So good job there putting some heat on him.
Yep, he picked up 7 on the play. He's 2nd down and 3. 4:10 to go here in the first quarter play. Coger again out of the shotgun, running that wing T formation. Sends man in motion, and he pitches to that man. That man is Ashton Reed. Reed goes in motion, then they run the option and pitch it to him. Good, pretty good defensive effort that time out on that corner by Alex Baxter.
Yeah, the option play can be difficult to stop sometimes. Oak Hill did a good job right there.
Yep.
Making Coger pitch it. If I'm Oak Hill, we want him to pitch
right,
the football.
absolutely. Close enough for a measurement, so the officials call out the chains. Last week they refused to measure. Tonight the ball's right on the sideline where the chains are at, and they decide to measure. So I guess that's the difference in the officiating crews. You know, it's 2021, and we're still using a chain and humans over there marking that 10-yard. How hard would it be to use a little technology and fix that. I bet you I can pull up something on my phone right now that would measure that ball every time they ran it.
Yeah, absolutely. And the sad part is that the years that I coached here, it's very difficult to find people to do the chains.
Oh,
you're pulling out parents and people out of the crowd, but maybe one of these days they'll figure something out.
Yep. Yeah, and you never know. I mean, the spotting the ball, and it's just all, a guessing game, really. It always get tickled when I see us bringing out those chains. I think that's funny. All right. 4th down, it was just a little short. Speaking of the chains, get off my soap stand here, soap box, so they call it, and kind of have a feeling right here you're going to see Jackson Coger with the football.
Yeah, I'd like to see a power play from Westside up in the middle.
Yep, 4th down and inches to go, and he does run it straight up the middle, and he's going to have enough for the first down as he falls ahead for about a yard gain, yard and a half. Going to be more than enough for the first down, and I don't think there was any secret about what we were going to see there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to stop him on a short gain like that.
Yep.
And, his offensive line's doing a good job this possession. They're getting some good blocks, and they're putting some pressure on this Oak Hill defense. We'll have to see. It would look like we're subbing some guys, might get tired a little bit here in the first quarter already.
All right, new set of downs for the Renegades. 1st and 10 on the Oak Hill 21-yard line. Coger in the shotgun. Sends 2 men in motion that time, and they run the reverse around the right side, and the reverse is run to Noah Lusk, it looks like. And, Coach, that should have been a procedure penalty right there.
Yeah, I believe they got him on it.
Got away. Oh, they did get it.
Yeah,
okay.
They caught him there. Lusk left a little bit early.
Yeah.
If he'd just held his water another half second, I think he'd have been okay.
Yeah, he just left just a step soon.
That's his first carry of the night, so he's probably a little excited
to
get out that in the corner.
All right, that'll step him off 5 yards. Takes the ball back to about the 26. Another tough penalty for the Renegades.
It's 2 penalties to put them behind the sticks here a little bit.
Kind of like we were talking about. That's what we were dealing with last week. Or the Red Devils were dealing with, I should say. All right, here comes Coger. Again, in this wing T formation. He's in the shotgun.
Pressure by Oak
Hill. Yep, right up the middle. And finally fighting through Jeremiah Jackson, and he's going to get the sack on that play. Jackson fights his way through and comes off that left side and able to beat the tackle over there and takes Coger down for a big loss back to the 35.
Bringing that linebacker means that Jackson got a one-on-one opportunity there. Nobody could double team him, so he had a chance, and he did a great job.
Yep, 9-yard loss for the Renegades back there. Jeremiah Jackson, it's a bright spot for the Red Devils. Hasn't played a lot of football, but he looks like a defensive end the way he's built, and he does a good job. Had a good game last week.
Yeah, he's definitely got the bloodlines with his dad. Was a great player here, William Jackson. And, but I believe Jeremiah's a better defensive player than William. William is more of an offensive guy.
All right, here's Coger. He's going to keep it right up the middle this time, and the Red Devil defense closes. He picks up about 6, but that's going to bring up a long third. And about 18, 5, 10, 15, about 18 yards. 3rd down, 18. I think Coger just trying to get a little bit back right there. Get him in striking distance here of having a chance of getting a first down here.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything too crazy. You're still 14, so you got a chance to still be in the football game. But, it's going to be hard to get a first down with this much.
Yep. 14-0 is your score. 1:30 to go, first quarter of play. Beautiful night here at John P. Duda Stadium. We're watching on the New River Network. Hope you're enjoying it. Here's Coger. He gives the handoff. It's going to be a pass, and he's not going to have time as Jeremiah Jackson rolls in, and he takes Elkins down before he can get the pass away. So another good job by Jeremiah Jackson. Just relentless over there on that end. Never stopped, and that's going to be a loss back to the 39.
Westside thought they had an opportunity there. They've been running that outside run and seeing some of the defensive backs for Oak Hill start to creep up and thought they could throw over top. But Jeremiah's making it very difficult on that right side for Westside.
So it makes it even tougher for Westside as now they're looking at 4th down and about 22. Coger in the shotgun. Wing T formation again. Coger drops straight back. Pressure comes off the edge, and he is going to be dropped there by Alex Baxter, who came off the edge blitz, and nobody touches him, and he goes right in and takes back Coger down, and Oak Hill takes over possession of the football. Alex Baxter with the sack. So 2 sacks on that possession, and good job by the Oak Hill defense stepping up. And again, Coach, that's that first down pre-snap penalty that moves you back behind those chains and gets you in trouble every time.
Yeah, Westside had a good rhythm going, and all of a sudden you get 2 penalties in this drive, and it just shut down the whole drive,
Yep.
and Oak Hill kind of got life back on defense.
All right, Red Devils take over on their own 39. Ward hands it off to Farrow around the right side. He's got room, shakes the blocker and shakes the tackler, and he takes it all the way down to the Westside 47-yard line before he stopped there. A pickup of 13 for Leonard Farrow.
Got a flag on the play here.
Yep, flag on the play. Looks like it's back about the 40.
It was early, so maybe a procedure. I'm not sure.
Well, no, they're calling it. It looks like an illegal substitution on the defense.
Okay.
Preliminary indication, that's what it is. And, of course, the Red Devils will decline that. They'll keep the football up at the Renegade 46. 26 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Play clocks are not working, so we'll see what the Red Devils decide to do if they want to run this thing. They start the clock, and I don't know, without the play clocks, they could probably run it out if they wanted to, but looks like they're going to get one more play off. 1st and 10. Red Devils hand it off, and Farrow that time slipped. He had yardage, but he slips on the play, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. Your score after 1, the Oak Hill Red Devils lead at 14-0 over the Westside Renegades. Let's get us a break in here. Pause just for a minute. We'll get back with second quarter action after these messages. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back. Welcome back to John P. Duda Stadium, site of tonight's game between the Oak Hill Red Devils and Westside Renegades.
There you go.
Red Devils lead at 14-0. Getting ready to start the second quarter play. Red Devils looking at 2nd and 11. Farrow tripped in the backfield that last time, lost a couple yards, had a lot of running room had he not fallen down. So look for him to come back with that play. Here's Ward under center, and that's going to be a penalty on the Renegades. And again, Coach, we're seeing them make the mistakes that we made last week, and that's a big mistake right there because you're looking at 2nd and 12. And now it's going to be 2nd and 7, which changes the whole complexion of the plays.
Yeah, for Oak Hill, you're thinking you got 12 yards to go, and like you said, the play calling changes some.
Yep.
Maybe even a pass play, which Oak Hill's not real comfortable with right now. And so now Oak Hill gets back into the offense that they want to run.
Yep. Go ahead and do what they do now. Ward under center again. Again, they do the hard count. Farrow with it over the right side, has room over the 40, down to the 35, skipping in and out, making moves. Nice job by Farrow. Good gain there for Leonard, up close to the first down marker. We'll see where he's at. Looks like he's about to 35. So that is going to be enough for a first down.
It was a good block by Braylon Thomas.
Yep.
He blocked down, and with that new rule where you can't blindside somebody, it's almost like a basketball pick, and Braylon did a good job screening off for Farrow.
Nice game by Farrow. Gives Oak Hill a new set of downs. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Straight ahead handoff to Omar Lewis this time. He's going to pick up 3 up the middle. Maybe 4. And Oak Hill will happily take that.
He's talking about the COVID stuff. I was speaking with the Westside coach during a break, and one of their top players, Evan Colucci, is quarantined tonight. So
okay, I was going to say I hadn't mentioned his name, and I didn't know why.
Yeah, so they're dealing with a lot of the same things everybody is.
Yep.
He said 3 starters are out tonight for Westside.
And I was told that Oak Hill has 20 kids out for different various reasons.
Yeah.
Not all COVID, but got some kids sick with other illnesses and injuries. And all right, here's the inside handoff to Omar Lewis. He's got room over the 20, down to the 15, the 10. He's going to be hauled in from behind there. Finally, by Hansel Bledsoe, caught him from behind, but not before Lewis.
Omar did a good job in there, and Jeremiah Jackson had a good block. We've been talking about him on the defensive side, but he made a good play on offense right there, blocking out.
Lewis, I was trying to get a number on the yards on that one, but
I believe you got.
I'm trying to watch from 2 different
25.
places.
Yeah.
Got me a monitor up here I'm using tonight. Got fussed at last week for getting some names wrong. All right, here's Ward under center. Gives the wide handoff to Farrow, trying to get the corner. Flags flying in from everywhere. Farrow's going to get it in, but I have a feeling we'll get this call back for a hold or a block in the back.
I believe Ethan Margo Thomas got a hold on Jackson Cody, which is a tough block on the edge. He probably didn't need to hold. I think we had a chance to score without that block.
A little shaky on that call there. I'm not so sure. Not so sure he was actually holding on to him. Maybe he was. I'm biased.
Sometimes the perception of what the defensive player looks like as they're trying to pursue the ball gives the referees an indication that it was a hold.
Yeah, and I got the advantage of watching it on a replay where I can look exactly at that and see what's going on. All right, so that's a 10-yard step off, puts the ball back to the 11-yard line. Actually spotted the foul.
I believe they used replay in the state championships last year, the last couple of years, and so I believe something like that will come in the future.
Yeah, I do too.
For all games.
Yeah, it's getting too prevalent right now. It's everywhere. All right, here's Farrow, and they try to run the reverse. Ball is fumbled. And that's what we were talking about earlier, trying to run those misdirection handoffs sometimes can be a little dangerous. That time Farrow tried to get the handoff there, it looked like to Thomas, and fumble the football. So
I don't think Farrow had a clean grip on it as he tried to drop it off the Vargo there.
So it takes it back to the 14, be second and goal from the 14. Red Devils need to pick up some yards right here to get back in striking distance. They're in field goal range, I think, but they'd rather have that touchdown. Here's Ward under center. And we'll give it to Farrow around the left side. And I'm just thinking, Coach, just do that every play. Farrow walks into the end zone for the touchdown, and that is a 14-yard run by Leonard Farrow.
Yeah, Westside defenders were in a decent position there, but Farrow kind of did a jab step and cut it back up on him.
All right, Ethan Vargo Thomas in for the point after. Ball be spotted on the 10. Thomas with the boot and got plenty of distance, and it is good. Kick that thing all the way over to Holiday Lodge. Point is good, and that makes the score Oak Hill 21, Westside 0, 9:13 to go here in the first half of play. A very nice drive put together by the Oak Hill Red Devils. They go 61 yards in 8 plays. That was a pretty workman-like drive right there. They just, and I said just do that instead of trying the inside handoffs. Everything. I believe you just give it to Leonard and Omar and Ethan and let them run around the ends. And I think they got business there.
I think Coach was trying to, in a game like this, when you're moving the ball well, sometimes you want to try some of those plays that
work on some of them,
you don't run in a tight game, and they're going to need those plays as the schedule gets tougher down the road.
Right.
But, like you said, when things get rough, let's get it to 8 on a jet sweep and go from there.
Got a little over 4-minute drive there for the Red Devils. So that's, now that's another thing they want to start looking at. I think you run that thing and eat the clock up and and get time off that clock and get points at the same time. Not a bad combination. All right, back deep for Westside, Blake Bledsoe. Andy Elkins. Thomas set to kick it off. Boots it away. Long kick gets over the head of the receivers, goes into the end zone. So it'll be an automatic touchback in high school as soon as it goes in the end zone.
That touchback's huge for defense.
Yep.
It's hard to, when you have guys playing both ways, special teams sometimes get neglected at practice. That kickoff team's hard to practice sometimes live. And so if you have a guy kicking in the end zone, it'll save you a lot of stress on the special team game.
Yep, ball comes out to the 20, so advantage Oak Hill on that for sure. Not sure what the return men were doing there. One was up, the other was back, but he wasn't back far enough. I guess they based it on the last couple of kicks, but Thomas has a good enough leg. He can get it in the end zone, so I would think next time they'll be back there about the 5.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Renegades on the 20-yard line. 9:13 to go here in the first half. Coger in the shotgun formation. Hands the ball off to Reed, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. And again, there he is, Jeremiah Jackson, busting through the line and making the play on Ashton Reed.
Jeremiah's doing a great job. I got him for 4 solo tackles and a sack, so he's very active on the defensive side right now.
Yep. Loss of about 5 on the play, pushes the ball back to the 15. Bring up second down and a little over 15 to go, about inside the 15, almost to the 14. Should be 2nd and 16. Coger in the shotgun, and this time, again, looks like we've got a procedure call when Westside has jumped a little bit early.
Yeah, pre-snap penalty.
Yep, and again, you know, we've talked about those at length because Oak Hill did the exact same thing last week and just kept digging holes for themselves. And that's what the Renegades so far have done tonight.
As you can see, when those penalties start happening, just for some reason, I don't know why, but it continues to happen. It's hard to stop those penalties once they start.
Yep, even though you know there's an emphasis by the coaches, hey, guys, get snap count.
Yep.
All right, here's Coger in the shotgun again. Wing T formation. Drop straight back to throw. Pressure comes right up the middle, and he is going to be taken down. And again, there's big number 70 on the play.
I believe he fumbled that as well.
And he fumbled it. Brody Warden with the tackle. Got some help there on a follow-up hit by Logan Wallace, and the Red Devils recover the football, and it looks like J.D. Moritz with the recovery for the Red Devils. So a nice lick there by 51. He came
Logan
in.
Wallace
Logan Wallace came in and laid a lick on Coger. Wallace, 5'9", 225 pounds, knocked the ball loose, and J.D. Moritz picks it up on a 3-yard line. So big opportunity here for the Red Devils to add more to this. 8:14 to go in the first half. Red Devils with it, 1st and goal on the 3.5-yard line. Ward under center. And he's going to hand it off to Lewis over the right side, and he works his way around, gets it down to the goal line. I don't think he quite got in. He was right at the goal line when he got stopped.
Yeah, back to that defensive play, the impressive thing is Oak Hill didn't blitz anybody there. They just played a straight-up zone, and so those defensive linemen are getting pressure, which is what you really want to ask for against the pass.
Yep. Again, Coach, here, maybe not such a horrible thing that Omar didn't get in the end zone because, again, you're going to be able to run off another minute of the clock, and when you're ahead, that's always good.
Yeah, as a coach, you're not in a big rush. The kids are, but you're not as that clock rolls off.
And you don't care if it's the first half or the third quarter, what it is. You can run the clock when you're ahead. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Here's Ward under center, and he gives it straight ahead to Lewis, and he plunges it in from a yard out for the touchdown. So the Red Devils take advantage of the mistake, and they punch it into the end zone for the score. So that makes the score 27-0. Ethan Vargo Thomas in for the point after. So the Red Devils take advantage of a turnover. Punch it in after a 2-play drive.
Westside's just having some difficulties on both sides. And I've coached teams like this where you just have a hard time getting things right.
Yep.
And when it goes downhill, man, it's hard to stop the bleeding.
Well, you lose yardage on that first down, and then you have the penalty, and bad things just keep happening. All right, here's Vargo Thomas's kick. It is up and good, plenty of distance. And that is enough to make the score to move up to 28-0. So, Oak Hill Red Devils pouring on here in the first half. They lead at 28-0. Let's get us a quick break in here. Come back for this last 7.5 minutes of the first half. Greg Chris, Jason Blankenship coming to you live from Oak Hill. Red Devils lead at 28-0. Welcome back. John P. Duda Stadium. Here is Ethan Vargo set to kick it away for the Red Devils. Red Devils in command, and the ball's going to be taken in by Blake Bledsoe at the 5-yard line. Gets it up over the 20 to the 25, and he's finally brought down at about the 28-yard line. And again, I believe that was Jeremiah Jackson on that tackle.
Jeremiah, he's a special teams type of guy too. A guy that get down the field full sprint and will leave his feet to make a tackle. So I like Jeremiah.
Yep,
on all aspects of the ball.
Yeah, it looks nice. 7:21 to go here in the first half. Coger throws it out into the flat, and he's got his man, Ansel Bledsoe. But there's an example of some of those mental mistakes. Bledsoe, and not really, I don't know if it's a mistake or he didn't have a choice, but he has to drop down to one knee to make the catch. And ends up losing a yard, maybe more. So they complete a pass, but they lose yardage on it.
Yeah, he did a good job getting down, catching the ball. It's a tough throw to catch right there when it's that low to the ground.
All right, second down, 11 yards to go. Coger in the shotgun. That wing T formation, he's going to keep it himself around the right end, and it's just a straight-out run, and he's going to be wrapped up and taken down. Good job by the Oak Hill defense there.
Yeah, Max Underwood blitzed from the linebacker spot, got some pressure, and flushed Coger out immediately.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't know if it was a designed run or if he had something else in mind, but he had to run right there. So.
Yep, Braylon Thomas also in on that tackle, so good job by the Red Devil defense there. Picks up about 3.5 yards, brings up third down now, and 7 for the Renegades.
I think Oak Hill's found a good combination on that defensive line with Jackson, Wallace, and Brody Warden. Those 3 down linemen are playing pretty well tonight.
Yep. Again, flags before the play gets off, and usually that's not a good sign for the offense. Let's see what the call is, and they're going to step it off against Westside. So again, Coach, there's another one of those penalties. You're 3rd and 7. Now you're looking at 3rd and 12, and you just can ill afford to keep doing those type of things. That's 2 big mistakes here on the first down and in this down.
Even really good teams can't overcome this type of failure with the penalties.
Coger fakes the handoff to Elkins, rolls to his left, and there's Jeremiah Jackson again.
Yep.
Have to give him credit for that as he was bearing down on Coger. Coger's feet slipped out from under him, but I believe Jackson had him nonetheless.
Yeah.
All the way back to the 15-yard line. So they lose about 12 on that one. Ball goes back to the 15, and that's going to result in a punt.
Yeah, Jackson, he's unblockable right now, the way he's playing. He's being physical. He's got long arms. He's using his speed. And, it's going to give him a lot of confidence, I believe.
Sure is. 4th down and 23 for Renegades. Jackson Koger is the punter. Gets a snap, gets the punt away, and it's going to be a short punt coming down about the 40. Bounces over the 40 to the 43-yard line. Well, let's see. We got flags down maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe there's one at the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what the preliminary indication is. Red Devils have good field position. If it's a penalty on the Renegades, I'm sure they'll decline it. They wave the flag off, so they don't have an option of declining. So they'll take over the possession of the football.
And for Oak Hill in this drive, you want to see a clean drive and no mistakes, even though you're up 28-0. Right. You don't want to let down and do something here that could be costly as far as giving Westside some hope going into halftime.
Yep. And they also, of course, can eat some good clock here and get on into halftime with a big lead. Ward under center. Gives a handoff over the right side to Farrow. He has room and still running. Breaks another tackle down the 25, over the 20, all the way down to the 16. What a run by Farrow. So that's a 27-yard gain by Farrow. And tell you what, that was that was a lot of Farrow.
Yeah,
right
he's proven that not only is he fast, he's strong. You're going to need more than one person or an arm tackle. Yep. People have got to get their hands and wrap up against Farrow.
1st and 10 for the Red Devils, 4:20 to go. First half of play. Ward under center. Gives a handoff again to Farrow around that right side, and he's picking his way through, and now he's sprinting. And once he starts sprinting, there's not too many people that's going to be catching him, and he takes it to the house for the touchdown. A 17-yard run by Farrow. And Coach, these drives are getting easier. That was about a 45-second drive, 2 plays.
Yeah, that hole opened up really well, and Logan Wallace was the lead blocker. There was nobody even to block on that.
Yeah.
So Westside's a little bit discouraged right now, and it's understandable with the penalties and the struggles on offense that they'd be down right now on defense.
Thomas comes in for the point after. Colasino with the hold. Snap is good. Placement's good. And the kick is good as well. So, with 4:07 left in the first half of play, the Oak Hill Red Devils landing on the Westside Renegades 35-0. You're watching on the New River Network. Stay with us. We'll come back after these brief messages for the roundup of this first half of play. Welcome back to John P. Dugan Stadium. Matt Farrow with the 14-yard run. Gives the Red Devils a 35-0 lead. This thing's out of hand in a hurry here from John P. Dugan Stadium. Nice crowd on hand tonight. Nice look at him right there. Thomas set to kick it away. Back deep, Blake Bledsoe. Andy Elkins, and again, Oak Hill's going to be called for the offside penalty, but again, Coach, like we said earlier, if you're going to get penalties, not a bad time to get them. If you're going to be offside, might as well be on a kickoff.
I believe they're just a little too excited, and Coach Selvey does the special teams, and he does a good job of getting them excited to be on that kickoff team, and so not a bad thing, but in a game, a close game, you don't want to have that, and so they just need to pause a second and slow down and time it up a little bit better.
Yeah, you still don't want to make those mistakes, even though, that's not as costly as a mistake as, 1st and 10 from your own 30. But it's a mistake nonetheless that you don't want to have happen, because at some point in time it is going to come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
All right, Thomas will tee it up and try it again. And he kicks it deep, and it's going to be picked up back there by Bledsoe. He fell down, then he gets back up with it, and he breaks the tackle to begin with. And finally gets it up to about the 30-yard line before he's snowed under there by a host of Oak Hill tacklers. So good job by Bledsoe. Gives the Renegades a little bit of field position for a change. And they'll start from their own 30. 3:59 to go in the first half. And Renegades desperately need to get something positive going here.
Yeah, if you're Westside, you just want to maybe get a first down or two. Even if you have to punt, it's better than losing yards or a turnover like we've seen. So Westside just looking to try to get something started to give them a little bit of excitement over there on that sideline.
All right, first down 10. Coger in the shotgun, a wing T formation. Takes the snap, looks to throw, tosses it out into the flat, and I believe that was to Blake Bledsoe, and picks up about 6 on the play. So a positive play for maybe an Ashton Reed. Picks up a positive 7 yards on the play, so brings up second down now and 3 for the Renegades. So that's a good positive first play.
Yeah, Coger's capable of throwing the football. He just hadn't had much time.
Hadn't had much time, yeah.
Kill's done a great job up front with pressure and without pressure.
Yep. All right, here comes the second down play now, and I look for him to air it out maybe a little bit here. 2nd and 3. Got the receivers split to either side. He is looking downfield and gets the pass away, and it's hauled in by Elkins up over the 50. Knocked out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So good play there by Coger and Elkins on the pass and catch. And Renegades in business now, moving the football. 2 plays. Already into Red Devil territory, down to the Red Devils' 44-yard line. 1st and 10 there again.
We can see with Coger just a little bit of time, he's able to get the pass off, and he can see very well at the height. So.
Yep, yeah, he's big enough, and he can see over the line for sure. Here's the snap back to him. Flushed out to his right, rolling. Now he stops, and the defense closes in. Jeremiah Jackson catches him from behind and takes him out of bounds. So Jeremiah Jackson everywhere tonight, and this time he's just relentless. He just didn't stop. Kept chasing. Ball was fumbled, but I believe he was out of bounds already. So, again, Jeremiah Jackson on the tackle.
Yeah, he's using speed off that edge.
Yep.
And like you said, the relentless attitude that Jeremiah's playing with is what you want everybody on defense to play with.
Yep.
And so it's good lessons for everybody on that side of the ball.
Yep, lost about 3 on that. And maybe 2.5. 2nd down, we'll call it a long 12. For the Renegades, here's Coger in the shotgun. Sends Reed in motion. He gives it to Reed on the jet sweep, and he's brought down there. And we've got a flag coming in on the play. We'll see what that penalty is. Nice tackle by Mike Underwood there. And that's going to be a hold on the Renegades. So, again, they get a positive play there. They pick up about 5 or 6 on the run. And it's going to be negated with that holding penalty. And these penalties and mistakes are killing these guys tonight.
Yeah, it seems like every positive thing they do, they negate themselves with the penalties. And when you're struggling like this, it's the last thing you want to see is that yellow flag. For Westside.
Looks like the Red Devils are going to take this penalty. They'll step it off 10 yards from the spot. Happened about the 41, so it'll go back to the Westside 49, back in their own territory. Big penalty.
Yeah, I thought they had a little bit of something going on this drive, and now here you are behind the sticks on 2nd down.
Yep, got 2nd and about 17. They're looking at 3rd and 6. All right, here's Coger in the shotgun again, wing T formation. Has Reed on one side, Elkins on the other. Takes a snap, rolls to his right. Here comes pressure right up the middle, and again, he's going to be sacked before he has any time to do anything with it. Max Underwood comes right up the middle with the pressure untouched and takes Coger down.
That's the 5th sack I have for Oak Hill. So, I mean, they're pressuring Coger to death right now.
He has no time.
And
that's a huge loss there.
He couldn't even roll out on that pass play.
So that brings up a 3rd and about 22 for the Renegades. And I tell you what, if you're the Renegades right now, I may be looking to just run this clock out and getting in at halftime, trying to maybe regroup, pull yourself together.
Yeah, there's no reason to chance anything.
No.
We'll just try to get this clock and hold Oak Hill from scoring again for the half.
Cover takes a shotgun snap, looking to go deep. Pump fakes, and as you might guess, he is sacked back there, and that time it is J.D. Moritz coming from the inside linebacker spot right up the middle, and Moritz takes him down for the loss. Another sack, and that moves the ball back even further. So Renegades in a deep hole right here will have to punt it away. We got an injury on the field and an injury timeout. So while they're taking a timeout on the field, we'll take us a timeout up here. Greg Chris, Jason Blankenship bringing you high school football on Friday night from the New River Network. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast and hope you'll come back with us after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody. Welcome back to John P. Duda Stadium here in Oak Hill. Nice crowd on hand for tonight's game between the Oak Hill Red Devils, Westside Renegades. Oak Hill Red Devil defense putting on a show tonight, pitching a shutout so far. 4th and 26 for the Renegades, and they'll be forced to punt the ball away. Kogar set to kick it. Gets a good clean snap, gets the punt away. High kick, short kick. And just going to let it roll to a stop at about the 33-yard line. Leonard Farrow back there on the return, and he lets it roll. 2:03 left in the first half. Oak Hill has it 1st and 10.
The unfortunate thing with this lead is I was hoping to see Oak Hill throw the ball a little bit tonight to work on that passing game.
Yep.
I believe they're going to need it next week against Princeton, but you know, out of common courtesy, you don't like to throw the ball when you're up 35 points.
35, yeah. Of course, the way I see it, if I'm Westside, I might rather him throw it and give it to
might
Farrow,
give him a chance.
Let Leonard run all over the place. And there's that pre-snap penalty we've been waiting on. Nope, we got a timeout. And the Westside Renegades apparently didn't have enough guys out there on the field, and they have to take a timeout. So
they had an injury, so you come out of the injury like we talked about, missing a guy. So
somebody standing over on the sideline looking up in the bleachers trying to find their girlfriend, and he's supposed to be out in the game because he's the backup guy. Backup guy messing up over there. So they'll get that squared away, get their 11th man on. 2:03 left in the first half. Oak Hill dominating the game so far. Defensive it's standing out big time for the Red Devils. Last week they got pushed around a little bit on defense. This week I don't know if they've made adjustments or it's just a lesser opponent. Not real sure.
Yeah, that front seven is doing a great job.
Yeah.
The defensive backs haven't had much action tonight.
Yeah.
Because the front seven's done such a good job of stopping the run, and when it is a pass, we're getting pressure for a sack or a scramble.
Yeah, I think Coker's been sacked, 5 times so far tonight, and he's just had absolutely no time back there to throw the ball. And pressure coming from a lot of different places. You have Jeremiah Jackson, Max Underwood, J.D. Moritz coming in from the linebacker spots. You got people coming from everywhere. 1st and 10 for the Red Devils. Ball on the 33-yard line. 32-yard line. They give it to Farrow around the right side. He's got a blocker in front that picks up his block, and here goes Farrow again over the 50, the 40, tight roping down to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Hill, 68 yards for Leonard Farrow. And, Coach, I said earlier that we might be better off if you're Westside if Oak Hill would throw the football. So, you're going to give it to Farrow. That can happen at any particular time.
The speed of Farrow is just too much for Westside right now. They're struggling. They're struggling at the linebacker spot and not getting much penetration. Gets this wing T offense, you got to get some penetration up front. They're just not getting it.
Not getting any at all. And hats off, Coach, to Max Underwood there. Had that lead block on that play. Sprung Leonard Farrow around the right end. So good block by Underwood. Fargo Thomas with the kick. It is up, and it is good. With 1:50 to go, that was a 13-second drive. Coach, can't believe it took him 13 seconds to run all that way. Anyway, one play, 68 yards. Leonard Farrow in for the touchdown, and your score with 1:50 to go in the first half, Oak Hill 42, Westside 0. We're just going to stay here, I think. And, again, just like I said, I just said to Coach that I think maybe another good block out there on the end. I missed that, but just said maybe Westside would be better off if Oak Hill would pass the football. And instead of having Leonard run it every time, and then no sooner said that, and he goes 68 yards for the score. So
one thing Oak Hill is doing better tonight is finishing blocks. They're getting into the defenders, and they're not just stopping. And I think the backs are blocking a little bit better. In wing T, you have to block for each other.
Right.
And Omar and Ethan Vargo Thomas are doing a good job blocking. And that tight end spot, Jeremiah Jackson, is a very important spot in this offense, and he's doing a good job on offense.
Yep. Yeah, that was well blocked right there. Max Underwood, like I said, got the pull block. I'm not sure who the end out there was that got that block. We'll have to watch that on the replay and figure that out. But he got a nice block, too, and that's all Leonard needs, that little crease. Once he gets that crease, he's going. All right, Ethan Vargo Thomas will kick it off. Blake Bledsoe. And Andy Elkins will be deep.
Like we talked about, Westside had a good drive going, and then they killed herself and then give up another score because of the clock. So.
Yep. Yeah, so I said maybe they want to hold on to the football and just eat some clock there, but took a sack, and that was it. Thomas's kick goes out of bounds down at the 12-yard line, so trying to position that kick a little bit, kicks it out of bounds. That'll be a penalty, so they'll move it back up to the 35, I guess.
Yes, you go
last time I said 35, it went to 40, so we'll see where they put it. Minutes 50 to go here in the first half.
If you're Oak Hill here and the defensive staff, I think you want to try to play straight up and just work on your defense from an aspect of not blitzing too many times. Just let the linebackers get some reads and let the defensive backs play it straight up. And there's no reason to pressure when you're up 42-0 anyways.
Yeah, and again, too, if you're the Renegades, I mean, I know you probably figure we're out of this game. Probably do want to throw the ball some here, but I'm not so sure. You might just run it here and eat the clock up and go in at halftime and try to regroup. Here comes the pressure again right up the middle. Nobody blocking these guys. J.D. Moritz in for the sack. He was assisted there by Logan Wallace. Yeah. And Jackson Coger, you feel bad for him. He just has no time whatsoever.
Yeah. Logan Wallace, I believe, came from the nose guard position, so he's coming unblocked. Yep. Coger's definitely in trouble because they're struggling to pick up that blitz by Moritz there.
Yeah, he don't have a chance. I mean, he can't. He don't even have a chance to throw a quick pass. Pressure's coming so bad.
A lot of times against pressure, those guys will catch and throw, but he don't have time to even catch and throw.
Nope, and doesn't have a bit of time. All right, second down now. That's a loss of about 9 on the play. Second 19. Coger in the shotgun again. Sends Elkins in motion, and he's going to fake it to him, keep it himself. And this is kind of what I look to see more of as Coger comes out over the 35, actually the 34, and brought down there by Elijah Gray. Clock down to 40 seconds. We'll see. The Renegades have to run one more play.
Yeah.
Of course, if you're Coger, I don't know if you want to let him take that beating or not either. I believe I'd be handing off some of the other guys. Let them take it.
I believe early in the game, maybe that was the thought process, was just not getting beat up early. But I think what you're talking about, maybe they should have ran him earlier and try to establish a little something.
Yep. That might have given him a little more time to throw the ball and establish a little bit of a run game.
But I also know that he does a lot. Offense, defense, punter.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot tonight.
Yep. All right, Coger in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws it, pressure comes, gets it out into the flat, connects to, see who that is over there. Coach took a little shot over there. That pass was complete to Noah Lusk. And Lusk will get credit for a tackle over there as well. As one of the Westside assistant coaches took a shot and went down hard. So don't want to see that. Clock rolls down to 4 seconds. Lusk able to get out of bounds. So have time for one more play here. We'll see what they decide to do. Brings up 4th down and 3. So either way, probably going to be the last, unless there's a penalty, last play of the half. Koger in the shotgun. Red Devils just pinning their ears back, and here they come again. J.D. Moritz up the middle. And that'll do it for the clock. Pass thrown downfield, knocked away, and maybe intercepted by Omar Lewis.
Yeah.
It was intercepted, and that's going to do it for the first half of play as the clock expires. And your score, Oak Hill Red Devils in a rout right now of the Westside Renegades. They lead it 42-0 at the end of the first half. Renegades have to get back in the dressing room, try to regroup a little bit, see if they can come out and make this a little bit more of an interesting game in the second half. A nice first half by the Oak Hill Red Devils. And, Coach, I hadn't noticed this, but I think they scored on just about every possession that they had the football.
Yeah, Oak Hill, I don't remember them punting once, and so
6 possessions, and they scored each
6
time.
touchdowns,
yep,
yeah.
6 touchdowns. So, all right, that's going to do it for your first half of play here from Oak Hill's John P. Duda Stadium. I'm Greg Christ, I'm along with my good buddy Jason Blankenship, having all the action for you tonight on the New River Network. Hope you guys are enjoying this fine broadcast all in HD. You're not going to get a much better quality picture than what we have here tonight, along with the instant replays. And now Coach has got me, or Darren's got me a monitor up here where I can actually see what's going on. So we are all set to go here in just a few moments for the second half. We appreciate you joining us on the broadcast tonight. We're going to be back here in just a moment with some first half statistics, and we may have a update or two on some scores from around the state. So stay with us here on the New River Network. We'll be back after these messages.
Congratulations.
There you have the Oakville High School marching window.
Welcome back to New River Network's high school football action tonight. We are in Oak Hill at John P. Duda Stadium. Oak Hill Red Devils lead at 42-0 over the Westside Renegades at halftime. And right now, got hooked up here with a guy over at Heiko, Nathan Ramsey. He's going to give us a little bit of a recap at what's going on over there with the Midland Trail Patriots. Nathan, appreciate you taking a little bit of time here to fill us in on the action over at Midland Trail.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Can you tell us what the score is and what all is going on so far?
2:35 left to go in the second quarter. Trail's winning 14-0. Both teams really having a little trouble getting something going on. Had some turnovers, a few penalties. But Josh Dickerson from Trail just threw a really pretty football just a little bit ago to Aiden Timms, I believe it was, for a touchdown. And Trail's up 14-0, almost 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
All right, I was going to ask you about Dickerson, how he was doing. He was from what I understand, the fourth quarterback used last week and really came in and gave Midland Trail a spark. And looks like he might have secured that job for himself.
Yeah, I was actually refereeing last week at Man and hadn't got to see anybody play yet. And my game for tonight got canceled, so I come over to Trail to watch, and I'd heard Joshua had played pretty well. And come in right there. I mean, that's pretty balls you'll ever see right there.
Yep, I was talking to Justin Harrison, who's doing the games for Rick Lewis there on the Midland Trail Sports Network, and he said that he come in and looked real good, and he hadn't played a lot of football in his career, but I guess that don't matter at this stage. But they said he was the fourth guy coming in. I've also heard that Midland Trail's defense is pretty solid this year, and obviously haven't given up any points tonight. So I guess the defense is doing a heck of a job too.
Yeah, looking pretty well. Like I said, Tulsa hasn't scored, hasn't really gotten a whole lot of anything going. Aiden Isaac's flying all over the field. I think he's got 2 fumble recoveries. So their Trail defense looks pretty good so far. Awesome.
Well, that sounds good. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time there to fill us in. If you don't mind, shoot us a text message here and there and let us know what's happening over there. We'll try to keep everybody updated on the score.
Okay, sounds good, man.
All right, buddy. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Nathan Ramsey coming to us from over at Heiko. The Midland Trail Patriots lead at 14-0 with 2:55 left in the first half. 14-0 Midland Trail, and they lead it over Tulsa. And we appreciate Nathan. That's a pretty good deal there. Nathan giving us a live update from Heiko, West Virginia. So we're going to try to get you a few scores here before we get underway for the second half. I believe Coach Blankenship has got some stats ready. I think I'll have to get his attention, but he's got some of the first half stats prepared. And if you want to, Coach, I'm over here bragging on you about the stats. And look over, man, you're over I'm wrapped up in a conversation with the radio
I'm
guys,
over here daydreaming at halftime. But, yeah, we got some good stats here from the Red Devils in the first half. Talking about Leonard Farrow, 11 carries, 169 yards, and impressive things, 4 touchdowns on those 11 carries. So he's very efficient. And Omar Lewis had 9 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half. And so it wasn't all just Farrow, which is a good thing for Oak Hill to spread out that wealth a little bit. I would like to see Ethan Vargo Thomas get a few more carries because he did have 2 carries for 30 yards in that first half and had a great punt return for 45 yards himself.
Right.
Koger, Westside's best player and a guy that we know is talented. He's struggling a little bit tonight. Has 35 yards rushing on 9 carries. He's threw the ball 8 times and completed 6 of those. 1 was an interception, but he does have 50 yards passing under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So have to give him some credit there.
Yep, he's a good football player. He just doesn't have a lot of time, a lot of protection back there to throw the ball or even to run the ball. He's just getting pressure from everywhere from his Oak Hill defense. We've got a few scores from around the state tonight. In Class AAA, Bridgeport leads Morgantown 17-7 at halftime. That's Bridgeport. They can play with anybody.
Yeah, they're tough.
Yep, Cabell Midland over Riverside. Game just like this one, 42-0 halftime. Huntington leads Hurricane 14-0. Brooke has defeated Indian Creek, Ohio last night, 28-13. John Marshall 23-0 over Weir in the third quarter. Martinsburg and Musselman 35-14 Martinsburg at halftime. Spring Valley 19, Parkersburg 3. GW 21, Paul Blazer, Kentucky 14. That's in the second quarter. Princeton, Oak Hill's opponent next week, they lead Bluefield 14-6 at halftime. Ripley 28-7 over Buchanan Upshur. Jefferson over Shenandoah, Virginia, 27-7. That's at halftime. Spring Mills wins the game by forfeit against Washington, 1-0. So I guess Washington unable to play. Nitro, 3-0 over St. Albans in the second quarter. Willing Park and Steubenville, Ohio, 12-10. Steubenville at halftime. University, they lead Parkersburg South 28-19. That's in the second quarter. Greenbrier East, they lead Woodrow Wilson 14-0 in the second quarter. So local score there of interest for everybody around here. Lewis County, Braxton County, 0-0 first quarter. Philip Barber Clay. Philip Barber unable to play this week, so that game has been postponed. Grafton, East Fairmont all knotted up at 14 at the half. Frankfort 14-0 over Hampshire at the half. Kaiser 20-0 over Berkeley Springs. South Harrison, they lead Liberty Harrison 8-7 at halftime. Sissonville and Logan up 26-0 at halftime. North Marion Preston postponed. Game between Oak Glen and Taylor Alderdice also postponed. Pikeview and Van, no score after one quarter. Chapmanville Polka postponed. Gallia Academy, Ohio, they lead Point Pleasant 16-0 at halftime. Lincoln County, Roane County, no score in the first quarter. Robert C. Byrd over Elkins, 28-0 in the second quarter. Scott 7-0 over Wayne. That's in the second quarter. Nicholas County leads Shady Springs 6-0 in the second quarter. Another local score of interest here. Herbert Hoover 21-14 over Winfield at halftime. Mingo Central and Wyoming East all knotted up at 6 apiece. That game listed in the second quarter. In single A action, no score between Valley Calhoun. 100 Cameron, no score. Madonna gets a forfeit win over Carrick, PA. East Hardy 26. Clay Battelle 12. Riverview, Grundy, Virginia, 0-0. That one is canceled. Payton City, Hancock, 0-0. Hancock, Maryland. Let me see here. A lot of cancellations. Midland Trail, they're up 14-0 over Tulsa at halftime. Moorfield, Pocahontas County postponed. St. Mary's, Ravenswood. Ravenswood leads at 14-2 in the second quarter. Meadowbridge, Richwood postponed. Greenbrier West leads Summers County 14-8 at halftime. Trinity and Morgantown, they lead Bridgeport, Ohio, 21-6. Tucker County over Tigers Valley, 8-7 at halftime. Wheeling Central and Tuscarawas Catholic, Ohio, that game's going to be played tomorrow. Montcalm, Twin Valley, Virginia, 16-0. Twin Valley leads it at the half. Dodgers, Tyler Consolidated, no score in the first quarter. Williamstown, Warren Local, Ohio, play tomorrow. Gilmer County, 41-0 over Webster at halftime. And Work County leads Magnolia, 15-14. That game is at halftime as well. Our score here, 42-0. We're about a minute away from second half kickoff action. So let's get us a quick break in here before we start this second half of play. We'll be back with it here in just a minute. The Oak Hill Red Devils lead it 42-0 at the half. We'll be back after these messages. Back to second half action between the Oak Hill Red Devils and the Westside Renegades. The Red Devils in command, 14-0. over the Renegades. Totally dominated that first half of play, Coach. Westside really had no answers, especially offensively, for the Red Devils. Red Devils pretty much doing what they wanted to do on offense.
Yeah, you talked about Oak Hill maybe sustaining some drives, but they were scoring quick there at the end.
Yep.
Less than a minute drive. So hopefully we can see Oak Hill put together some drives in the second half.
Yep. All right, kickoff come down to, I believe that was Andy Elkins, I think. Yep, Elkins with the return, and I'm not sure who that was. Kicked off, looked like a different.
Yeah, it's a different kicker, and I believe it looks like we got some substitutes coming in here on defense, so a lot of new names will be on the field here in the second half for the Red Devils.
Yep, I believe that was Mason McMullen on the kickoff for the Red Devils. All right, 1st and 10 for the Renegades.
Oak Hill still has to be careful, even up 42, with putting some young guys in here early in the third quarter, that they don't let Westside get back into it real quick.
Here's the shotgun from Coger, hands it off to Elkins around the right end, and that Oak Hill defense ready and waiting for Elkins as he comes around the end and on that right side over there. Going to credit that tackle to Elijah Gray. A lot of Oak Hill defenders out there around that backside, so it's kind of hard to tell who got that tackle, but Gray gets credit for it. Here's Coger in the shotgun again. Snaps, drops, throws a little out pass into the flat. Ball hauled in there by Ashton Reed, and he's dropped for a short gain. He's going to pick up about maybe 2 on the play, brings up 3rd down now and 7.
Some good experience for these young guys on defense for Oak Hill. We may take a minute to figure out all the names, but you're going to need some of these kids, especially with some of the quarantine issues and the things that are happening. These guys may have to step in and play this year.
Yep, sure might. All right, 36-yard line for Westside. Their own 36, looking at 3rd and 7. Here's Coger, takes the snap, going to run around the left end and not going to make it as he gets stopped there. A nice defensive play. That time, one of these young guys out there looked like Aaron Hickenbotham. He's a 5'8", 130-pound sophomore, and he made the initial contact out there. Got a little help from the inside, but that's going to do it for the Westside drive. 3 plays and out. They're going to have to punt the football. Looking at 4th down and about 6.5. Coger is their punter, so he'll drop to kick it away. Clean snap, gets the kick off, and it's almost blocked. It's a short kick. Comes down at the Oak Hill 40, picked up there by Green, and he's down the sidelines. There he goes, all the way down to the Renegade 30. James Green, kind of ill-advised a little bit. He picked it up there about the 30-yard line. Let's see exactly where he got it at.
Yeah.
Is that the, right at the 40-yard line, and then he takes it all the way back to the Renegade 30, so gives the Red Devils great field position.
That's a freshman right there making what we may call a freshman mistake, but he made the best he can out of it.
Absolutely.
Made a gain.
Colasino now in at quarterback for the Red Devils, and they give the handoff around that right end to Trenton Ryder, and Ryder picks up 16 on that carry on the jet sweep. And he takes it all the way down to about the 16-yard line of Westside.
Ryder, he's a capable runner. We seen him last week against Nicholson. We had the cramping issue. So, again, good practice here for Ryder and some of these young guys on offense. And like you said, Colasino back in here getting some time at quarterback.
All right, Colasino goes under center this time. Sends a man in motion left to right. He pitches out that man in motion, and that is Elijah Gray on the pitch. And Gray, maybe gained about a half a yard, up close to the 15, about the 15.5-yard line.
Gray got a little bit of action last week as well. So Ryder and Gray get some valuable time here in the third quarter.
No gain on that play for Gray. Brings up 2nd down and 10 now for the Red Devils. Colasino under center. Gray in motion again. Gives that same play. Pitches out to Gray. He's got room this time. Down over the 10 and close to the 5-yard line. And he's going to be close to another first down. See where they spotted at. He may be just a hair short. It's not a hippie's hair either. It's a short one. The ball is marked just shy of the 15-yard line.
This offensive line for Oak Hill, even though some young guys are doing a good job.
Yes, they are. Third down, yard to go. Colasino under center. Sometimes they send Ryder right to left in motion, gives it straight ahead. This handoff to Alex Baxter. He fights forward for a gain of about 4 on the play, gets it all the way down inside the 1. Gives Oak Hill a first goal from that 1-yard line inside the 1. They got about a foot to go.
Baxter's been playing well on defense for Oak Hill tonight. Now he's getting a chance to carry the ball.
Yep.
So getting the ball in your hands always motivates you a little bit.
That's right.
As you go. So everybody likes
right.
to touch the ball.
All right, first down goal for the Red Devils, looking to add to their lead. Colasino under center. Sends Ryder in motion, straight ahead, handoff to Baxter. And he takes it into the end zone on the plunge. And the Red Devils with an easy 30-yard drive right there, 5 plays. Baxter takes it in for the score. The Red Devils lead at 48-0.
I don't want to call them the JV guys, but at least the backups for Oak Hill came right in. It was like nothing's changed. So good job for those young guys.
Yep. Nathan McMullen in to kick the extra point. It's like Vargo Thomas's night kicking the ball might be over. Snap down. Kick is up, and I believe it was blocked. We have whistles blowing, and that is it. No good. Kick is blocked. But with 7:49 to go in the third quarter, Oak Hill adds to that lead, and they now lead at 48-0 over the Renegades. I'll tell you what, Coach, it looked awful easy.
Yeah, Westside's definitely discouraged, maybe the word. Defeated already.
Looks like they might have thrown in the towel.
Yeah, it's tough to motivate kids to compete when you're down 42-0 at half.
Yeah.
So Westside's coach going to have to really push himself and his kids here to keep them from getting hurt really in the second half. When you just quit playing, it can be dangerous sometimes too.
Yeah, you need to keep playing hard and putting that effort out there. You don't ever want to give up, especially out on the football field. Give up and start just going through the motions. You tend to get your head knocked off when that happens.
Yeah, because these young guys for Oak Hill are excited to be out there on a Friday night under the lights. They don't get this opportunity much, and so they're going to take advantage of it. So I've been in the situation that Westside coaches are in before, and it's difficult. It's tough, and especially it's a first-year coach, so he's definitely trying to build a culture and some toughness there as well, probably.
Yep. All right, looks like McMullen going to kick it off again. Elkins and Bledsoe back deep. McMullen kicks it high and short. Going to be taken by the up man. Well, he tried to take it at the 30, and he gets cracked down there. That was Dason Griffey. He couldn't field it cleanly, and he got knocked to the ground pretty quick. So Westside will take over at their own 30-yard line. 7:45 to go here in the first half of play. Second half of play, rather.
I have to give credit to Oak Hill coaching staff, Coach Moneypenny, for not pouring it on with those starters too much. You hate to take your guys out early in the third quarter, but at the same time, the mutual respect between the coaches and the schools is a good thing to see.
That's right. Yep. All right, here comes Westside with it. Koger in the shotgun. Now that wing T formation. You send Elkins in motion. Throws it out to his left side. Pass is hauled in out there by Hansel Bledsoe. Flag comes flying in on the play. Let's see what that flag is. Good spot for a possible holding penalty, I'm guessing.
Yep.
And again, the Renegades do something positive, and it turns into a negative.
Yeah, earlier we seen that same play, and he caught it on the ground and dropped his knee down for a loss. That time he picks it up, gets a good throw, catch, and now we get a holding call.
Yep. Red Devils going to decline the penalty. pick up about 4 yards.
Takes the ball out to 35, second down and 6.
Updated score, Midland Trail now up 21-6 over Tulsa at halftime. Coger looks to throw, slings it out to the right side, and he got hit just as soon as he let it go. Didn't have a whole lot of time to throw the ball, as usual. That's been the case all night.
Yeah, looked like he kind of short-armed that pass out of the pocket.
All right, brings up third down now, and about 6.
I'm not sure the stats, but Westside struggled on third down. They've been in some bad third down positions all night. It's not been third and short, which
I was going to say this might have been the shortest one they've had tonight.
That's the problem. You get these third and longs, it's tough.
Coger comes out into the shotgun again. Got Elkins to his left, Reed to his right. He's just going to take it and run the option. Pitches it back to Reed. Reed's going to be wrapped up at the 35, and that's going to be a gain of about a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 5 for the Renegades, and they will be forced to punt the football.
Osorio made a good play there.
Nice play by Christian Osorio. Come up from that corner and put Reed down. So 4th down, 5 yards. Coger will be set to punt the ball. Gets the punt away. Nice high punt this time, coming down at about the 40, and it's fumbled there, but the Red Devils able to fall on top of it. A little shaky on that one, but
he got excited from his first return. He wanted another one there.
Malachi Lewis comes up with the recovery. Oak Hill takes over 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. 7:11 to go in this third quarter. Colasino under center. Wing T formation. Gives it to Ryder over the left side. He's got a good block again up over the 50 and finally tossed out of bounds.
Flags at the point of attack
and
play. So.
So we'll see what these penalties all are. Flags everywhere that time.
Yeah.
You're going to see that with these backups in the game. I know this was the bane of Oak Hill's existence last week, but this week, for all intent and purposes, the starters didn't commit a foul. So
yeah, I thought they played a clean game, especially that offensive line that had some issues last week, the pre-snap penalties. And so the coaching staff said they addressed it, and it looks like the kids focused in and listened well.
Yep. So we had offsetting penalties, had a hold on Oak Hill. We had a face mask on Westside, so those penalties offset. And the officials need to let Westside know that they don't have to play that far back. Nobody knows where the ball's supposed to be. Going to replay 1st down from the 40. My gosh, hash marks seem awful close to the sideline.
Yeah.
Here's Colasino under center. Pitches it out to the right to Gray, and he weaves and bobs his way. Down close to 1st down. He gets it up to about the 49, so 48. We'll give him 8 yards on that.
Ryder and Gray both are similar type of runners, both smaller guys, but some speed and some agility to find some holes.
Yeah, one thing I like about Oak Hill's running backs, all of them actually are pretty patient back there. They wait for their blocks to develop, and they don't get in too big of a hurry, and they wait for that seam, and then they go. And they've got some pretty good speed back here too, not just Farrow.
Yeah, both these guys have got some speed here.
Yep. It's Gray in motion, and they're going to pitch to him around the left side. Eludes the first tackler, and there he goes. Down to the Renegade 40-yard line. So another nice gain by Gray as he picks up 18 yards on that carry. Actually closer to 19 yards all the way down to the Westside 40-yard line. It's a nice run there by Gray, and this Oak Hill offense just continuing to roll along. 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Colasino under center. Straight ahead handoff. This time it's Baxter straight up the middle. that's a good little gain there. He picked up about 4 on first down. Again, if you're Oak Hill, this is what you want to do. You want to run the ball, eat some clock. Not really interested in scoring. These young guys, though, they want to score.
Well, they're going to try to score every play, but the coaching staff's hoping we can run this clock out.
Just run, let the clock run.
In the fourth quarter, we will get a running clock.
Yep. Ryder gets a handoff around the right side, waiting on his block, and unfortunately for Ryder, the block didn't really come until it's too late. But he's able to get it up over the 30, down to 29. That's going to be another first down for the Red Devils. You saw there on that play how patient Ryder was, waiting on that block to come.
One of the things you haven't seen tonight that we've seen against Nicholas is penetration early in the play that could disrupt it, or unblocked guys. And so it seems like Oak Hill's done a lot better job picking up those blocks.
Yep, sure have. 4:40 to go in this quarter. Quick pitch to Gray out the left side. Got room again, got blockers in front. He's weaving back and forth and finally brought down inside the 20 to about the 18. That's another first down for the Red Devils, and they're just basically doing whatever they want to do right now.
This Westside team, there's not much resistance, and you hate to see that for those guys. You want them to be excited to play and have fun, but it's tough when you're down this many points.
Sure is. Colasino under center. Gives it ahead to Baxter again. He stops and weaves a little bit and then plunges forward over the 15, under the 14-yard line. So good pickup there by Baxter. He gets about 5 on that play. Brings up second down 5.
Interesting stat lines. Oak Hill hasn't attempted a pass tonight. So
nope,
I don't think you'll see one in May, but I don't believe you will.
Ward again under center. This time he gives the handoff to Ryder. Ryder shoving his blocker ahead, trying to get him out there to block somebody. And we got a penalty flag comes in late. That's a good spot for a hold or a block in the back.
Got a holding there.
Yeah. And they're going to call it a hold. That's a preliminary indication. So that'll back Oak Hill back up 10 yards. Foul occurred, looks like about the 10-yard line, so it's going to take them back around to 20.
That was a long developing play.
Yes, it was.
Lineman had to hold that block for a while, and I think that's why he got the holding call, just because of the length of the play.
Yep. He was trying to shove his blocker out in front of him, and
we talked about it last week. We don't like the penalties at all, but a holding penalty like that the kid's give an effort. It's not a pre-snap focus penalty. He's giving the best effort he can, trying to help his teammates. So sometimes you'll take it, just coach him up and show him how to do that without holding.
Yeah, and like you said, it took a long time for that play to develop, and they're trying to hold those blocks. Just have a tendency to reach out there and grab somebody. Gray this time to the left. Again, running room, and he gets knocked to the ground by Ashton Reed. Gets down to about close to the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up third down now. About 7.5, 8 yards to go.
It's too bad for Oak Hill we don't have the play clock so they could let those clocks run down. It's hard for these young guys to understand the referee in the back will hold his hand up a 5-second warning, but it's hard for the young guys to do that.
Yeah, they're excited. They just want to get there and run the plays. There's a little reverse handoff. And that Elijah Gray, and he is going to take it to the end zone. Elijah Gray, let's see, is about 16 yards, I believe, for the touchdown. So the Red Devils do eat up a little bit of clock there that time. Eat up about 5 minutes, and Elijah Gray takes it into the end zone for the touchdown with 2:42 to go in the ball game.
Gray had a good possession there series. He had runs of 19, 11, and 16. So good runs by Gray.
Mullen with the extra point try. It is no good. There's Mason McMullen getting a little practice in here at kicking. Kick was a little low.
Westside's best effort right now is on their field goal block team, extra point block. They're coming after those guys.
I see the legendary Dave Gorby has moved down to the sidelines with the game in hand.
Yeah, he's still taking his stats, I believe, taking some notes like he always does.
Notes in there. All right, 54-0 is your score. 2:42 to go in the third quarter. Like you said, Coach, fortunately for everyone, the clock will run nonstop in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a game that is out of hand like this, I think it's 35 points or more going into the fourth, then clock will run out. And that time, watching that replay there, Trenton Ryder got the initial handoff, and he reversed it to Elijah Gray. Ryder fumbled it, went straight up in the air, though, and he was able to bounce it over to Gray. So Coach going to have to work on those misdirections a little bit.
Yeah, double handoff can be tough. And we talked about it, too. When you get new guys in the game and they're rotating, it can be hard.
All right, McMullen set to kick it away for the Red Devils. And big mistake again here from the Renegades. That time was Elkins. Tried to field the football, got away from him.
Big hit by James Green.
Yes, it was. James Green down there with the hit. Blake Bledsoe able to fall on the football. Renegades avoid another disaster, and I think at this point, the whole game's been a disaster for them. And I think they're just wanting to run some time and get out of here, man. I made the mistake one time. We played Bluefield. We were down 59-0 at halftime, and the assistant coach came over and asked if we wanted to shorten the game. It was my first year coaching. I had a lot of pride, and I said, we're not shortening anything. Well, it ended up being 70-something. The kids were discouraged. So I know this is a new coach for Westside, but sometimes for your kids it's better just to get out of here and just save a little bit of pride. And again, there's another sack on Coger. He has been unable to make anything happen back there tonight. He's just had pressure on him nonstop, and that tackle made there by Mark Adkins for the Red Devils.
Oak Hill, I don't know if we've mentioned it much, but calling the defense this year for Oak Hill is Michael Thomas. He's a former player here, played back in the early 2000s when I played, and so it's a guy that's coached at Midland Trail and here. And he's came up and learned something, so this is a good experience from him being a first-year defensive coordinator for Oak Hill.
Yep. Second down now and 13 after the sack. Again, mercifully, the clock continues to roll. Coger in the shotgun, sends Elkins in motion, fakes the handoff to him, keeps it himself. And this time he does get out and get a little bit of yardage. At least it was a positive gain that time for Coger. He faked a handoff there to Elkins and was able to get forward with it one of the few times tonight. And he's been able to do that. Yeah,
looking at Coger, physically I don't think he's that tired or beat up right now. The hits haven't been that hard, but mentally I believe he's about checked out as far as what he's been up against tonight.
Brings up third down now and about 9 to go for the Renegades. Coger again in the shotgun formation. Takes a snap, again fakes it to Elkins going through, and that time again, before he could even really fake that handoff, he's dropped back there by Kenneth Howell.
Yeah.
And that brings up now fourth down now and about 10.5. So the Renegades will have to punt it away again. And again, even on a fake handoff and a quarterback keeper, he don't have much time to do anything.
This Oak Hill defense, both of the varsity and the backup JV type guys here have their ears pinned back. They're just coming downhill. They're playing with confidence.
Coger's boots it away. Ball's going to be touched again. This time it is picked up though, and looks like Green with it again, and almost broke that thing loose. Green's a quick runner. That time the punt was mishandled. I'm not sure. I believe that was Malachi Lewis maybe on the mishandle. And Green picks it up and takes off with it. James Green. And he's got some wheels on him. He took off. And,
I'll tell you what.
If he'd have eluded that tackle right there, he was going to score.
He's trying to make a statement that he wants on that starting punt return spot.
He wants some time back there.
I believe if he does a little bit of job fielding it, he's got a chance, but he's a little bit dangerous back here right now in decision-making.
Yep, 25-yard line. Oak Hill has it to start. Colasino bobbles the snap, but he gets the handoff for the pitch out. And the pitch out is to Malachi Lewis. And Lewis all the way up to the 9-yard line. So that is up to the 9. That's 27. About an 18-yard pickup for Lewis. And it gives Oak Hill first and goal on the 8-yard line. And that just get the snap off before the quarter ends, and they get that pitch out to James Green. He gets knocked down for no gain, so that's going to do it, though, for the third quarter of play. With your score, Oak Hill 54, Westside nothing, and like we said, praise be, the clock will run nonstop in this fourth quarter. All right, let's get us a break in here. You're watching high school football on the New River Network. The Oak Hill Red Devils landing on the Westside Renegades 54-0. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to the New River Network's Friday night high school football. Oak Hill Red Devils pouring on an undermanned Westside staff. They've just made a lot of penalties. They've made a lot of crucial mistakes. Haven't been able to protect their quarterback, and they have not been able to stop the Oak Hill offense all night long, whether it be the starting unit or the backups. And here comes Green with it again. James Green picking his way down. Another nice gain.
Westside never really got started tonight. They had a couple positive plays here and there. Koger, though, he just didn't have the time.
Yeah, no time at all to do anything back there.
Looks like they've taken him out of the game here in the fourth quarter. He's on the sidelines.
Third down and goal from the 5-yard line. Colosino under center. Sends Lewis in motion, gives a straight-ahead handoff. That looked like a new number back there, Joseph Jordan, maybe? I believe that was Joseph Jordan, 5'11", freshman. Got the handoff straight up the middle. He stopped short, gets it down to about the 4.
Let's talk about Michael Thomas. We also have Monty Wright coaching football this season. This first year he's coached football. Oak Hill High School Hall of Fame basketball player. And he's assistant basketball coach, so he told me he wanted to be a little bit part of the football program.
Well, that's good. Need that help from the alumni always coming back. That's a good thing. Green this time around the right end, and he snuffed that time. So the Renegades keep him out of the end zone for the first time tonight. That's the first offensive possession that Oak Hill's had that they haven't scored on.
Yeah, it's impressive for Oak Hill to be able to score like that. And Westside, I don't even know if they know what they just did right there. They might even understand they stopped it for the first time tonight. But
excuse me. They looked a little befuddled there. They didn't really know what to do. And I'm sure they're going to be subbing some in too, even though they don't have that many players. I know we heard their coach talking about some of the players that are missing tonight. Oak Hill, from what I heard, has about 20 players out for different reasons. Fortunately for them, wasn't a lot of the first team guys.
Yeah. School at Westside, I believe he said they had about 600 students. And so Oak Hill, we have probably double that, really.
Yep, twice that many.
So good job for Westside showing up and playing.
All right, new quarterback in for the Renegade, and that is Caden Vance. And Caden Vance keeps the football, fakes the handoff, runs it himself up the middle.
The unfortunate thing for in a game like this, scheduling-wise, is teams like Westside in a lower division sometimes will go through a game like this and say, you know what, Coach, we're not going to play anymore. And so now Oak Hill may have to find another AAA opponent, and the traveling in AAA is a lot further than down here in southern West Virginia. We're limited on AAA teams to play. Yeah,
and you look at their schedule and you see some of these trips they've got. Yeah. They got some trips. They're going up to Morgantown. They go to Ripley, Princeton, Bluefield. Got trips all over the place.
Yeah, AAA Includes traveling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's spread out. Yeah. All right, here comes Caden Vance in the shotgun. Wing T formation, ball on the 8-yard line. Vance drops the throw, steps to his left, eludes the initial rush, but then throws it out of bounds. Over to the left side, incomplete. Clock, of course, continues to run, which is a blessing for us all. See on the replay here, Vance did a nice job of stepping to his left to avoid the initial rush, but then pressure came. He had to get rid of it, and heavy pressure that time from that interior line of Oak Hill. Blake Workman applied the pressure there late on that play.
Another fortunate thing for Oak Hill tonight with this win and lead is nobody got injured. That we can tell it's serious. So maybe Braxton Hall comes back next week and gives more depth in the backfield.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good experience for these guys. 3rd down 7. Vance directing traffic here on the offensive side. Don't really know what the play clock says because they're not working tonight, so we're just guessing like they are. And here they run the jet sweep to Elkins. Elkins eludes the tackler, gets it over the 15 to 20, steps out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it at the 22-yard line. So nice run there by Elkins. Picks up about 13 on that play. And Elkins lined up over on the left side of that wing tee. Comes in motion, takes the jet sweep handoff, able to get outside. And we had a crackback block here. I think the officials decided that we're going to let that slide. You know, we don't want to slow this thing down any.
They've had enough penalties tonight.
That's right. Yes, they have.
And, I believe if it got knocked to the ground, they would have called it.
Might have, yeah. Didn't make real good contact with it.
Yeah.
All right, here's 1st down and 10 to get a new set of downs. Trying to get everybody lined up on the play. Little confusion. And again, you get substitutes in, you're going to have some of this confusion. And Vance tries to get them lined up, finally does. Going to run a little reverse out here to Bledsoe. Bledsoe around the left side. He's got room over the 20 to the 30, now the 40. And he's finally corralled in there at the 40-yard line and driven down after he picks up about 20 on the play. So a nice little play by Westside there. They run the reverse. Elkins hands it off to Bledsoe, and Bledsoe takes around that left end, picks up 20 yards on the play. Got knocked out of bounds, but again, the clock continues to run. We're down to 7:20 in the ball game.
That's a good carry. It's good to see some kids from Westside have some success tonight and encourage them going into the rest of their season. I'm not sure what their schedule looks like moving forward, but probably don't play too many more AAAs. They probably more in a double and a single A schedule as they go forward.
Yeah, I believe I've got a copy of their schedule here somewhere. I'll pull it out here and look at it in just a minute. Here's Vance again in the shotgun. Drops straight back. Pressure again comes. All 4 Oak Hill linemen bust through on that play. Completes it out to Elkins. Elkins wrapped up out there by a host of Oak Hill tacklers. And again, not much time for Vance as the Oak Hill defenders just come pouring through. And picks up about 7 or 8 on the play. And again, the clock continuing to roll.
Andy Elkins put himself together a decent little game. Nice at 45 yards receiving and about 35 yards rushing. So for a team that's been limited, he's done a good job.
Second down now and 2. Fans in the shotgun again. Again, here comes that Oak Hill defense. I believe they were all side that time. And Vance tries to run it outside, and he's going to be stopped out there by James Green again. Green all over the field. He's quick as a cat.
James Green's trying to get off that JV team.
Yes,
Looks like he's wanting to be on here on Friday nights.
Looked like Connor Smith might have come just a little bit early that time.
Yeah.
And be a penalty on Oak Hill. Well, they're kind of signaling toward the Oak Hill sideline. Maybe the penalty was on Westside. Let's see what they got here. And false start on Westside.
Yeah.
Didn't see that. I saw the Oak Hill defensive lineman look like he went quick. Maybe he went because...
Maybe you have flinched because you seen him coming.
Right. Clock down to 6 minutes now. 5-yard step off. Second down now and 8 for Westside. Fake the handoff to Elkins. He's going to keep it himself up the middle. Nowhere to go. And the tackle is made. Hung on for the tackle. And let me get a name here on that number. Looks like Thad Brown on the tackle.
His dad was a great player here, Thaddeus. And so they some good kids here. And the only thing I see with these young Oak Hill guys, they really need some weight room, a little bit small in stature, but they're playing aggressive. They're coming downhill.
Yep.
And that's all you can ask for. If they'll do that, you can teach them the rest of the stuff, because that's the hardest thing to teach high school kids is to play fast, downhill, and attack.
Yeah, you can put the strength on the muscles.
Yeah, definitely.
And this experience is invaluable.
Yeah.
Vance takes the snap again, going to run around the right side on his own, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds there as he gets it up. Looks like he's about the 43, 44-yard line. Let's see where they mark it up. Going to move it on up to the 46. Still going to be fourth down. Actually, the 45. I'll get it right here in a minute. 45-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th and 5 for Westside. Looking at their schedule here, next week they have Man at home. Then they go to Pikeview. They go to Independence. Home against Shady. Home against Liberty. Home against Nicholas. Home against Tug Valley. And away at Mount View. So pretty tough schedule.
Yeah, still a solid schedule. There's some tough teams on that. Hopefully they can clean some stuff up and get a little bit better each week is what you got to ask for.
All right, looks like Westside's going to punt the ball away. Vance in punt formation, and he boots it away. Nice kick.
Yep.
Ball goes all the way down inside the 10, down to about the 6. Picked up by Malachi Lewis at the 6. He cuts it and turns back inside, gets up to about the 8. And he's knocked to the ground there as he takes a shot on the legs. I hope he's not hurt. Kind of didn't see that hit coming. But anyway, Malachi has to go a long way back and pick it up. Nice punt that time.
Yeah.
By Vance. That ended up being about a 48-yard punt after the roll. Lewis picked it up and tried to go somewhere with it.
Him and James Green, they've been dangerous back there in the punt return game. I think they're competing against one another to see who can get the most yards.
Yeah. Coach, when I was coaching basketball, I had a crew over at Mount Hope one time. Sub guys, they competed during warm-ups. They keep track of their points while they're warming up. Getting the biggest arguments you ever seen. I was like, what are you guys talking about? He said I only scored 20 and I scored 28. I'm like, well, and doing what? And they're like, in warm-ups.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I got to get you guys some more playing time.
Yeah, I guess you get a real game or something. But whatever you got to do sometimes so the young guys have fun, because that is your future.
That's right.
If they're discouraged or they're not having fun and just getting to practice all the time, it could be disheartening. So this is great to get these guys out here.
Oh, yeah. While we're yabbering, Oak Hill fumbles the football and Westside recovers it on the Oak Hill 22-yard line. So first threat of the night for Westside. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. Westside has it on the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 from that spot. Vance will come out in the shotgun.
As a former defensive coordinator, I like to have a shutout. So I don't know if Oak Hill can keep them shut out, but
give the ball to Elkins. He's going to throw it. He decides to tuck it in and go with it, and he picks up good positive yards down to the 16-yard line. And that time they ran a jet sweep with him, but he pulled up and was going to throw. Saw some room in front of him, so he took off with it. Didn't see a receiver down there, so he may not have had anybody to throw it to. Nice pickup there by Elkins. Brings up 2nd down and 7. He gets, or 2nd down 3 rather. He gets about 7 on that play.
I had a text from Coach McGinnis here, former coach here with me, and talked about the road trips for AAA. And we traveled one year to Musselman and to Elkins and Buckhannon, Upshur. So we was all over the state, and that's what happens when you get in that AAA division, and it'll be 4A here soon.
I remember that. I was teaching, I think, at Fayetteville with one of your assistant coaches. I don't know if it was Matt Boyd, maybe. He was talking about, I said, man, I'm glad it's you going to Elkins tonight instead of me. Here's Vance with the handoff.
James Green.
And James Green on the tackle. That was Ashton Kametz, I believe is the name, freshman for Westside on that sweep, and didn't gain anything. 3rd down now, and about 3 minute 30 to go.
We went to Musselman one year, and the coach you're talking about, Matt Boyd, made the statement he'll never make that trip again. Well, it was another year after that. There we were going back up Interstate 81 back to Musselman. So
He was sitting right there. Wasn't
Yeah, he's right there on the old Bluebird beside me. No charter buses either.
All right, here comes Vance in the shotgun. Elkins in motion, fakes the handoff to him, keeps it himself up the middle, and he gets it down to the 10-yard line. That's going to be a first down. But again, the clock stopped. I'm not sure why. It's supposed to be rolling.
Should be running that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Official
referee's
signal,
trying to get it.
Yeah. Just out of habit, I guess. They stopped it on the first down.
Well-trained Randy Day
That's
is
right.
a clock operator.
That's right.
He's pretty official when it comes to that.
That's right. All right, so Westside will have a time here for at least one more play. So Red Devils looking for that shutout.
Yeah.
They can get that stop right here, first and goal, just inside the 10 for the Renegades. Vance in the shotgun, sends Elkins in motion again. Gives it to him, going to run the reverse. And that is Bledsoe around the left side, and he's going to get into the end zone for the touchdown. So Bledsoe scores it from 10 yards out. And Westside gets on the board. 10-yard run.
Yeah, as much as you want to see Oak Hill get the shutout, I have to be happy for the Westside kid there to get in.
Get him a touchdown, give him a little bit of something to be positive about. 54-6 rather. 29.8 seconds left in the ball game.
It's a tough trip back to Westside's Clear Fork tonight. So. But I'm not getting on that bus. That's a tough trip.
Long ride back. Here's Vance in the shotgun. Going to try for two here. Takes a snap under pressure. Has to throw it quick. It's incomplete, so the try for two is no good. 29.8 seconds to go. Your score, Oak Hill 54, Westside 6. Let's get us one more break in here before the conclusion of this game. You're watching high school football on the New River Network. Greg Chris, Jason Blankenship bringing you all the action from Oak Hill tonight. The Red Devils in a romp, 54-6 over Westside. We'll be back. Welcome back to John P. Duda Stadium here in Oak Hill. The Red Devils wrapping up here. Big win tonight. Westside getting ready to kick it away, and the clock has already started. If you don't want to kick it, you should just stand there. Not sure who that kicker is. Looks like Elkins. Booms it down to the 20. Picked up by Green to the 30, 40, 50, 40. There he goes. All the way. He's going to get caught from the side. He gets a penalty as well.
He was taunting there.
Yeah, a little bit of taunt.
Oh, come on, James.
James Green down the sideline.
I've been hyping up James Green all night. Now he makes that costly mistake. That gets him back on the JV team right there.
He took it 78 yards down to the 2, but when he hit about the 20, he started celebrating. And he was going to get caught from the other side. He didn't see the guy coming and did a little celebration there a little bit too early. So that's going to be a taunting penalty. And that's going to take it from the 2. We'll see where they mark it at. Unsportsmanlike conduct. So I'm sure Coach Moneypenny will let him know about that.
He's not going to live that one down for the rest of this season. Maybe he's only a freshman, so that's 4 more years of hearing that story. So.
Yeah, they'll be watching that on the film for a while. And he didn't score a touchdown. He got down to 2.
Yeah. He thought he was going to score.
Yeah, he was celebrating. About the 20, he started celebrating.
I can see the teammates already laughing. So,
yeah, I'm sure Coach Moneypenny's going to have a nice speech about that. Flag was dropped at about the 18. I think that's about where he started the celebration, a little prematurely.
Yeah.
And that's going to do it for the ball game as they start the clock. And the clock will run down and run out and everybody's happy about that. That's going to do it for the game tonight. The Oak Hill Red Devils got started early, and they never stopped, and they come out with a 54-6 victory over the Westside Renegades tonight. And I see, looks like Coach
Selvey's on there. I think he's going to make James apologize.
Yeah, a little
for
apology for that. Yeah,
you're up 54-6.
Lesson learned there.
Yeah.
You can't blame him celebrating a little bit.
You're 14 years old. He's pretty excited. So.
Funny thing was, he was going to get caught. The guy had a bearing on him. He didn't see him coming. All right, that's going to do it for the game tonight. Yeah, you've been watching here on the New River Network. The Oak Hill Red Devils win at 54-6 over the Westside Renegades in a blowout from the get-go. It wasn't close since the first quarter. It was over. And Oak Hill dominating performance tonight. All right, let's get us a quick break in here. When we come back, we'll wrap up this game with our stats. We'll go over the scores from across the state, and we will call the night here from John P. Duda Stadium in Oak Hill. I'm Greg Christ. That's Jason Blankenship. We appreciate you watching tonight. We look forward to doing this again every Friday night as long as COVID leaves us alone. Yeah. So let's get us a quick break in here. When we come back, we'll tally the stats up for this ball game. Then we'll look at some scores from around the state. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be back. Welcome back to Friday Night High School football here on the New River Network. Greg Christ, Jason Blankenship bringing you all the action from John P. Duda Stadium tonight. And there was a lot of action for one team tonight, and that was the Oak Hill Red Devils as they walk away with a 54-6 victory over the Westside Renegades. Coach, that Oak Hill offense pretty much unstoppable tonight.
Yeah, they started fast and led by Leonard Farrow. Again, he didn't get any carries in the second half, didn't even play, but that first half, 11 carries for 169 yards, 4 touchdowns. Omar Lewis had 9 carries for 54 yards and 2 touchdowns in that first half. And then second half, we had a plethora of different running backs come in. Trenton Ryder had 22 yards. Elijah Gray had 70 yards and a touchdown, so played well. And then James Green, the guy that we've been talking about, really making some great plays, made a little problem at the end of penalty he's going to have to live with. But he had a couple big returns, had some good plays on the offensive side and defensive side. So the young guys got to play for Oak Hill. We did not complete a pass. We didn't attempt to pass. So that's something that we got to think about moving forward for Oak Hill as we get into a thicker part of the schedule.
Yep, and the Red Devil offense had the ball 9 times. I think tonight they scored 8 possessions. Got stopped on the goal line on downs on the 9th possession. So their offense just ran wild tonight, and Westside just didn't have any answers for that. The Oak Hill defense played a solid game as well. They kept pressure on Jackson Coger all night, and he didn't have time to do anything. Renegades couldn't get any offense going whatsoever, and even the when the backups come in, Westside still had their starters in, and they still couldn't move the ball against those guys. So Westside obviously got a little bit of work to do, to get some of those problems fixed on their side of the ball. Another positive for the Red Devils tonight, I think, is the fact that they didn't have a lot of those penalties that we talked about last week. They, last week we kept talking about the, pre-snap penalties, the false starts, legal procedures, that sort of thing. Just didn't have that tonight, and that's a big positive for Oak Hill. And, I'm sure Coach Moneypenny is very pleased with the fact that, not only did they win the game big, but they eliminated all those mistakes. And that's what you want in the second game. You want to see that little bit of progress. Yeah. And I think the Red Devils saw it tonight, even though the opponent wasn't really a strong opponent. It's still good to get you can still make mistakes even against a bad opponent.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that tonight. So hats off to the Red Devils for that. So that's going to do it for our game tonight. We do have some scores to give you from around the state. I'll try to roll through those as fast as possible. I know people don't they want to hear the scores. They want to sit there and listen to them all night. Bridgeport is defeating Morgantown 24-14 up in Morgantown. So big game there for Bridgeport. Again, like I said, they can play with anybody. That's in the fourth quarter. Cabell Midland defeats Riverside 56-0. A couple games have been postponed. A couple games have been moved around. It's just been it's getting to be a mess a little bit here in the third. It's getting a little worse. Hedgesville, they leading Warren County, Virginia, 14-12. Huntington 24-0 over Hurricane in the fourth quarter. Brooke defeats Indian Creek, Ohio, 28-13. John Marshall defeated Weir 36-0. Martinsburg all over Musselman, 56-14 in the fourth quarter. Spring Valley 27-10 over Parkersburg. GW 28-14 over Paul Blazer, Kentucky. A couple more scores here in this AAA. Bluefield 22-14 now over Princeton. That game moving into the fourth quarter. Ripley 31-13 over Buckhannon Upshur. Jefferson 41-14. Mike Fridley up here messing with me in the press box, messing with my new hairdo, and then tickling me too. I've been telling my wife I'm gonna grow it out so I can get a ponytail, and then I'm gonna cut it off. I might do that. She says I look like a shaggy dog. I need to cut that gray hair off, because it's solid white. Nitro 3-0 over St. Albans in the third quarter. Wheeling Park, they fall to Steubenville 19-16. Actually, that game's still in the fourth quarter. University 35-19 over Parkersburg South in the third. And Greenbrier East leading Woodrow Wilson 21-0 in the third quarter. Some of these games probably are in the third. We started at 7 tonight, so ours probably a little bit earlier finished than most of these teams are going to finish up. East Fairmont leads Grafton 28-21 in the third. Frankfort 21-8 over Hampshire in the fourth quarter. Kaiser 26-7 over Berkeley Springs. That game is moving into the fourth quarter. South Harrison, they knock off Liberty Harrison 30-7. That's a final. Fourth quarter, Logan 33-0 over Sissonville. Van and Pikeview, no score on that one. Point Pleasant and Gallia Academy, Ohio. Gallia Academy, Ohio leads at 16-14. And Robert C. Byrd 28-0 over Elkin Scott, 28-8 over Wayne. That game's in the third quarter. Nicholas County has pulled away from Shady Spring 30-14 in the fourth quarter. Herbert Hoover leads Winfield 35-14 in the fourth quarter. Mingo Central, Wyman East all knotted up going into the fourth, 12 apiece. In single A action, Calhoun Valley Wetzel, no score. That game's still listed here in the first quarter, so we know that's not the case if they're actually playing. Payton City 58-0 over Hancock, Maryland. That is a final. Several games postponed. Midland Trail, last report on that we had was 21-6 at halftime. That game still listed in the first quarter here on our scoreboard. Ravenswood 14-9 over St. Mary's. Into the third, Greenbrier West leads Summers 20-8 in the fourth quarter. 28-14 Trinity over Bridgeport, Ohio. Tucker County 8-7 at halftime over Tigers Valley. Tug Valley, Sherman 14-0. Sherman leads that one at halftime. Montcalm and Twin Valley, Virginia. Twin Valley up 32-0 at halftime. And let's see if we have any more scores here. 41-0 Gilmer County wins it over Webster County. Work County 21-14 into the third over Magnolia. So that's going to do it for the scoreboard for tonight. We appreciate everybody hanging with us and listening. Coach Blank, I appreciate you again for helping me out here, do a great job. You know a whole lot more about this stuff than I do, so I appreciate your help. That's going to do it from John P. Duda Stadium tonight. Next week's opponent, I think Oak Hill heads to Princeton, if I'm not mistaken.
First away game.
Got an away game. I'm not sure if we'll be there or not. Nope, we will not be there. So we'll let you know if and when and where we're going to call a game next week. We'll be in touch with you and let you know on Facebook, Roku TV, YouTube, and, of course, the Greenbrier Valley channel on Suddenlink Channel 5 over in Greenbrier County. It's my understanding Woodrow Wilson won't let any live streams take place, so you have to watch our game because Oak Hill does allow live streams, and you can tell by the crowd that it's not hurting the crowd.
A lot of people out and about.
Yeah, people wanting to get out and watch ball games, and that's what's going on here tonight. Anyway, we appreciate you guys watching tonight, and we enjoy bringing it to you here on the New River Network. We'll be coming to you somewhere next week. We don't know where yet. I'm Greg Chris. That's Jason Blankenship. Darren McGuffin here on all the controls, doing a great camera work. We appreciate everybody for joining us. We look forward to talking to you on the Courtside with Coach Chris Thursday night. Hope you'll join me for that. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.